about this awesome store.
This awesome store is called Lobo's Collectables. Northern suburbs of Melbourne. And yeah, if you're check out the video that I just dropped, and you'll see what kind of stuff they have.
Interesting. So you dropped videos
about half an hour ago.
Ah,
Yeah,
well, see, that's my problem. I've been asleep. Or I tried to be.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last couple of days.
I tell you, you know what? I fell asleep yesterday. I don't know. I felt really bad. I kind of knew it was going to happen, but when I scheduled this, but so yesterday, or normally in the evening, I go down, I sit down, and watch TV, and it's not uncommon for me to take a nap while watching TV in the evening. Well, yesterday, instead of watching TV, I took my son. We went to the theater because Star Wars Revenge of the Sith was playing.
I remember you mentioning that last week.
Yeah. So it was great watching in the theater. You know, about time Order 66 happens. And just as we're getting ready to go and have our all the Mustafar stuff, the big lightsaber battle, I apparently fell asleep somewhere during that. And I didn't wake up until I heard the babies crying.
What was this?
Last night, watching Star Wars Revenge of the Sith in the theater.
In the theater? Oh, that's awesome.
So we went there. It's like literally like I missed like the best stuff. The stuff at Mustafar. I fell asleep during all the lightsaber fighting in Mustafar and woke up when the babies started crying as they're being born.
You woke up just in time to go, no.
Yeah, exactly. From Order 66, as we were watching, I remember watching Yoda and stuff start to get, all the Jedi starting to get attacked and stuff. And then Grievous say, I'm sending you guys to Mustafar. And then it's like, well,
Grievous didn't say it, but.
Well, Grievous said he was sending them to Mustafar.
Grievous didn't say shit at that point in the movie. Grievous was
Grievous died in the movie. It was before that in the movie. Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
he fell asleep. He can't remember.
It's all a jumble. Yeah, it's like I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I couldn't believe
Sidious that sent him to Mustafar.
I couldn't. Well, Sidious tells Grievous, and then Grievous tells the Council that I'm sending you to Mustafar. Anyways, I felt bad falling asleep in the theater, but then again, you know, that's what they get for giving me comfortable chairs, I suppose. Yeah. And then at the same time, I was the freaking kids. I want to kill them all almost these days.
I don't know if we're allowed to say
these young adults, I should say, that were next to me. This one girl came in, was obviously she was obviously with. The guys were super into the movie that were there. They wanted to see it. They're spouting along. There's lines. They're Star Wars fans. The girls are obviously. Yeah, she got dragged along for almost the whole goddamn thing. She's just sitting there on her phone, and she's got the brightest goddamn thing, and it's right in my peripheral vision. So I'm having to sit here like half the time like this, with my hand up, because it's freaking just. No matter how much you're trying to look at the screen, you're getting that. Right in your eye, just annoying as hell.
Yeah, that's when you sort of pretend to walk up and go to the toilet and go, oh, sorry, I dropped all my popcorn on you.
Oh, get up and just fucking smack it out of your hand.
Speaking of watching stuff, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Very late to the ball game, but you all know, like,
you're watching the Penguin.
I've seen the Penguin. I watched that when it came out.
Okay.
I am watching an older series that I have never watched before. I mentioned that I love.
Is it superhero related?
No, but it is comic book related.
Okay.
Comic book man.
And Mark's got a horrible accent.
I don't have an accent. You have an accent, mate.
I say I love supernatural stuff. I collect horror books. You know, I love all the supernatural movies.
Show.
I know, I've seen that too. I like werewolves, I like vampires, but I don't like zombies.
You watch iZombie?
No, I'm watching The Walking Dead for the first time.
That's so weird that we didn't even think that immediately. He says zombies, we both think this
iZombie.
What's wrong with us?
The girl in iZombie wasn't bad to look at.
I was like, I've never seen an episode before.
What we get.
I like the alt girl look.
What season are you on, Simon?
I'm almost I've literally only started it Tuesday, and I'm near the end of the 3rd season.
Darth Lopez, how you doing?
Shooting you the link, Darth, in case you want to hop on your free. So you're at the barn. You're on
No, way past that. So they're in the old jail.
the old jail now. Okay.
And
I like to call that place the buffet.
They're trying to rescue they're trying to rescue Glenn and Maggie from the other compound where Yondu is.
Yeah, Michael Rooker.
Or Merle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's and obviously Michonne's turned up and she's a fucking badass, like something. I didn't realize it was a Koyu though. Because as I said, I've never seen the show before, and I'm like, hang on, I know that face.
Look at you, brought in all these like Star Trek stuff.
What's up, Space Case? Good morning to you, Darth. Of course, good morning to you, good sir, and shout out to Matt. I don't think he's awake right now, but he what is it?
He became a member.
He upped
Upgraded.
his membership last night to make sure that he's included in that Legion tier because he doesn't want to miss out on getting his name on the wheel for the Legion loot, which I don't know if y'all saw that. I posted a video with what's in the Legion loot. I'll show it off here in a bit, but it's I put a lot of thought into this one. I wanted it to be specific and managed to pull it off.
Nice.
As long as there's not all the Man of Steel books again and I end up winning it.
No, it's a variety of stuff. It's a variety.
But yes, I'm actually enjoying it, surprisingly enough.
Good.
I'm still working my way through
stepped out of your comfort zone. I personally have not watched Walking Dead, and nor do I have any desire to. But
I never did either.
Are y'all watching The Last of Us as it plays?
No, I haven't.
I literally just looked at this the other day. I was like, oh, I have zero time. Don't not have enough time to watch all this stuff that I want to watch, and let alone stuff I don't want to watch. And you keep putting fucking shit in my pile of stuff I didn't think I wanted to watch. And so it's like
fucking with your queue, mate.
Exactly. Like I'm like behind. I just like realized the other day as I was sitting there trying to cram Andor in this week, I was like, oh, why you?
Hey, Christina. You got here just in time to watch Rob cram Andor in.
Anyways,
I still have to finish season 1, and when I say that, at this point, I'd have to just start it over. I'm like, I don't know. And like you, I'm like, where would I find the time while I'm binge watching a show from 30 years ago?
I'm binging a show that's literally just started.
No, that's what that's
you.
I'm in. Yeah,
I got it. Okay, whatever.
I've been watching the Shield.
Shield. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, hey, that's fine.
I'm in the same boat. Like, where I find the time while I'm using that time for something else.
You didn't get as deep into Andor last time. Didn't like it. So if you'd started over, you'd be like, oh, this is why I didn't like this first bit because it started off slow.
Yeah. But remember, 3 is the threshold. There's like 2 types of people: the people that bailed at episode 3, then the people that
because all 3 dropped at once, right? Yeah.
When the people that think it was like the best written Star Wars post Disney, and that has to be true. Like I don't debate that at all. And it's one of those things like, okay, I'm one of the people that gave up too soon. That's on me. I have to go back and watch it. And I want to see season 2. Like the trailers got me excited. The cast is fantastic. Visually, it looks amazing. And like you pointed out, it's like Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie or piece of Star Wars period post Disney. And this is that. This is literally that.
Yeah, this is the lead into this.
But the style, the tone,
this is the build to get you to Rogue One.
Yeah, and it's that espionage, Star Wars espionage.
Right. This is the episode 1. This is the episode 1 of A New Hope, as is to Rogue One.
Yeah.
Essentially, this is season 2. I mean, that just kicked off. It's the first. They dropped 3 episodes like they did in the other, and like the first season, I could see where some people are going to go like, "What the hell is going on?" And so,
season 2 start.
Yeah, it started this week.
Holy shit!
First 3 episodes dropped. That's why there was no Daredevil this week. Remember, they ended Daredevil last week because Andor was starting this week.
Well, I just figured they ended it because it was the last episode. I didn't know that. that
Oh
was,
no. Well, that's why they hit. That's why they hit
if
like
they
all of a
would've made
sudden.
Andor, they would have kept
Sorry.
Daredevil going.
That's why they had gotten like in mid-season you had like the 2 episodes in one night type thing.
Oh yeah. They timed it to make sure. Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
So I mean, there's there's a
there's
lot of there's action that takes place in here more so than like the first 3 episodes of season 1, but it's still establishing, we've time jumped a year, and there's establishing they're laying the groundwork for the season across these 3 episodes.
I'm definitely interested to see how it's going to play out, because Andor season 1 got like offensively low viewership compared to the other stuff that was coming out around its time, but universally praised by everyone who watched it, again, as being like the best piece of Star Wars that's happened. And not like you hear people saying, like, people not watching this is why we can't have nice things. You ask for good Star Wars and they give it to you, and people bail. They didn't hang in there. I think there was like a little bit of a good faith and trust that was already being lost by the audience for the franchise. But hopefully the time that's gone by since season 1, that positive word of mouth is encouraged enough people to go back and watch it maybe by now. I know I've talked about it, but been lazy on it.
I haven't even seen it.
They did do a decent recap. There's like on Disney Plus, there is a separate entity that's a Rogue One, or not a Rogue One, an Andor season 1 recap, right? That is not just like a 60-second long type thing. It's actually like a 5-minute long kind of recap type thing that kind of goes over everything, which is not bad for those folks who, who have watched the first season before you get into 2, because when 2 kicks off, there's no recap. Season 2 just jumps right into it. And it's a 1-year time jump, and sometimes remembering.
They think they have a mature audience. Like we got some people with common sense. Let's just watch the show.
And it makes it like you're like, wait a second,
whoops,
what happened? I remember this. How did we get where do we leave him off exactly?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It's the highest review rated piece of Star Wars on the platform and/or season 2, but it's also the most expensive project that they've done for Star Wars now. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know if has this thing shot like. They were working on the show for a while, weren't they? Wasn't it like one of those long productions due to the weird change delays and schedules and everything from the writing stuff?
I don't know.
And
excuse me. I know it feels like it's been a bit, but then again, that's how these, the short 8 episode or whatever, 8 to 10 episode long seasons. You shoot one of those, then you wait, and then you go back and start shooting the next one. I mean, it takes a while.
Well, I also feel like I heard this was one of the ones that, like, a lot of stuff got moved from its original time frame of production.
It could have. I mean, the episodes are like 44 to 50 minutes long.
Solid.
So,
good morning, Michael Becker.
Or at least as I recall it. Maybe it seems like that's what it was.
I think the problem we're finding is that because they're putting so much extra stuff into a lot of these shows, you're waiting so long for a season 2 or a next season or whichever that you almost have to go back and rewatch a lot of the old, maybe last couple of episodes, or even rewatch the whole season again, so you remember what the hell happened.
Yeah,
it's not all shows, but certain shows you do.
The recaps help. That's funny they didn't put one in there.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's all I'll say, because I don't want to spoil anything, but it is interesting. I'm a guy who likes some of the political intrigue elements that the concept of these are these different people that make up this rebellion, and the different elements that go into it, and seeing how some people, because we're seeing that whole stuff with Mon Mothma, who of course is such a figurehead in the rebellion, but really operates at a higher, she's above a lot of the dirty work and stuff that goes down in there. And so like when you get these guys that do the dirty work and they mix, and just there's like one scene that was hilarious. She's like, this guy, he says like, something about needing needing protecting or something, and or you need some protection, and she's like, I don't know what you mean, and his reply is, isn't that nice for you? It's just like, and meanwhile, it's like, what's from the buildup that had been going on there, that someone's gonna die. Episode 3 got me to cheer for fascist love. Didn't see that coming. There you go. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Beckerman.
Last time I can remember seeing fascist love was definitely Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
I love that movie.
It's so good. It's a no ticket.
I will. I will say, having watched Revenge of the Sith again last night, man, you'd almost think like some of this stuff is being written in the last couple of years, as opposed to. Anyways, all right. Well, there we go. Let's see. So we got Mad Spidey is watching Walking Dead. I'm watching Andor, and then Mark is watching The Shield and The Last of Us. Apparently,
Watching The Last of Us as it airs. Episode 2 was the banger, the needle drop everyone was waiting for since they announced that the show was going to happen, and then
noodle drop.
Yeah.
Never heard about the noodle drop. I've heard the needle drop, but not the noodle drop.
I said needle drop, but you can call it a noodle drop too. He definitely goes limp.
Wow.
But, yeah.
I hear you should go limp whenever you get a bear attack you.
Bear attacks me, I'm going to get my knife out and just start going for my own wrist.
Well, there's different kinds of bears.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, let's get this over with. I don't feel like being eaten alive today.
Again, I don't think we're on the same page, but that's okay.
Watch out for those drop bears.
Well, Rob, if the other one comes too, then I don't think the outcome's any different for me. I don't want to be alive for this.
That's it. Go limp.
Oh, God.
But yeah, Last of Us, it was awesome, absolutely awesome seeing the. It's always enjoyable to watch a show that people are watching as well. Like there's actually like a response that happens on social media and amongst your friends and in group chats, like where it feels like the show is alive, the fandom is alive, and watching people's reaction and the way that they felt about that episode 2 was wild. Like it was like throwing a boulder in the pond. There's a huge ripple effect across social media. I was able to make a couple little posts to kind of poke the bear because it's a very emotional episode for a lot of people, and for the gamers out there that have spent an embarrassing amount of time playing a video game, getting to know and love these characters, it hit differently. But I saw like we're just countless people that are just invested via the show or like broken. It's a Walking Dead moment. It's clearly blueprinted from Walking Dead. Like they're zombies. I don't care if it's a mushroom infection. I don't care if it's a yeast infection. It's a fucking zombie show, and the story is surviving with the people kind of thing. And with our primary characters of Joe and Ellie, there's so much that's relatable about them, like for a large audience. And getting that Glenn moment.
Don't spoil it.
There ain't nothing to spoil, Spidey, especially with.
I know it's old, but I haven't seen it, obviously.
Yeah, but that's why I say it's called the Glenn moment.
I think I do know. I think I've
been around in the books. Yeah, it's been around in the books. There's no way that you haven't seen spoilers if you exist, because it's.
I don't know. Haven't seen, but know of the spoiler.
And Negan is a meme at this point. And even if you read the books, what they do in the television show for The Walking Dead and for The Last of Us has like these little minor alterations that make the big moments that you're expecting or looking forward to or cringing because they're coming. It makes those moments still feel like you've never been here before. You're like, I know how this plays out in your source material, and I'm seeing it happening in real time. But this one little alteration, this tiny little thing, gives me this voice in the back of my head thinking maybe it'll be different. maybe it'll be this, maybe it'll be that. So they
How
do a
Maybe
good
it's
job.
Maybelline.
Yeah, maybe it
how
is.
far away am I season wise from Negan being introduced? I don't know how far in he is. Oh, I still got quite a few seasons to go then.
Yeah, he doesn't pop up till like I think the finale of 6, like it's the 6-7 connection.
Okay, so I still got a couple.
That's when they started doing like the mid-season breaks, and they started having Talking Dead on after. They were like, I don't think that they were milking the time slot, but I think that they were trying to get stuff out and still have like consistency, and it was taking like bigger production. I don't know what the thing was, but it's like the 6-7 coming together. It got a little.
Yeah. So I still got a while to go.
Space Case Collectible says, shocker episode for me. Purposefully didn't play the game. Yeah, I know a handful of people that went back and played the game after being introduced to through the TV show, but I know my daughter, my oldest daughter, she watched season 1 and went and bought a PlayStation 5 just to play the games. I'm like, what?
Oh,
it's like, yeah, I need to see how this plays out. I'm like, couldn't you just watch a video? No.
Watch
she bought a PlayStation 5, got The Last of Us and the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora video game. She's like, I was wanting it anyways. I'm like, there you go. Works. We're supposed to be getting an Avatar movie trailer coming up here soon. It was spoken about that there hasn't been any official announcement that I've seen, but it's supposed to be before the end of this month. I was thinking it was going to be this week, so hopefully we get one next week. I know Simon's waiting on bated breath for that Avatar Fire and Ash trailer.
I haven't even watched the first movie.
He loves going to the cinema, as he calls them, to see he paints himself blue, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. He gets into it.
Or I could go say Blue Man Group and do the same thing. Maybe one day I'll say it, like everything else.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Too much to watch and not enough time.
Maybe I'm a Chinese jetline pilot.
That's the thing. Like I was actually, and this sort of got spurned from the discussion I was having with TM the other day. It's like there's so many shows that everybody has talked about over the years that, like, you know, oh, why haven't you seen this and why haven't you seen that? And it's just like didn't get around to it. Hey, Alan. You know, things like, as I said, like Walking Dead. I've never even watched The Sopranos. I haven't watched Sons of Anarchy. I haven't watched Breaking Bad. There's a lot of these shows that everybody absolutely raved about when they came out and for years afterwards that I've just like, nah. But yeah, this is what spurned it on to even start watching this. So,
good morning, Alan. Everyone excited for Free Comic Book Day? Yeah.
Yep.
Next Saturday.
It's so funny. I did sent off. I'm like on this, like getting all these commissions stuff going. I don't know. Not the type Mad Spidey would consider, because mine are all small sketch covers, but it's, you know, it's like I told you, I think I told you, Spidey, the Stephen Rue one that I'm like still,
yeah,
kind of like, God damn it, I really want it, but at the same time, like, I really don't want to spend that kind of money and stuff. In the meantime, I got commission I sent off, or a book I sent off for that's being done by Pasquale Colorano. I don't know if you know.
Oh yeah. Hopefully he's better than what he used to be. He had a bit of a bad reputation back in the day. Sorry, I had like, I know you shouldn't check
for timeliness or something, or
timeliness, forgetfulness.
Well, it's
together.
I'm going through his rep, so
that because he used to be he used to like look after it himself. He never used to have a rep.
Yeah, so he's now
you're a bit better off now. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's with Comic Art Connect, which is who's been very generous with us on Comics Curing Cancer over the last couple of years. They've been the primary donor of a lot of some of our original art pages and some stuff where we get like multiple pieces and like some of the preliminaries and some of the various stuff we've gotten over the last couple of years. So
no, they are really good.
Yeah, so great people over there. Big supporters of Comics Curing Cancer. Comics Curing Cancer, by the way, coming up before you know it, be here in October. So start saving your shekels now, as Legion would say, or your dollary dues, or whatever other currency you might be using. Save them, put them away. Start going through your inventory. Start thinking, what will I be donating this year?
Anyway, well, Alan, I'll take that into consideration. I appreciate that.
So I'm going to have him. I'm having him do. I sent him a Batman Batgirl book.
Blank.
Blank. Yeah, because he didn't have one, so I had to send him the blank because they were gonna. We'll refund your money. I'm like, I'll send you a blank. I don't care. I don't. But he's going to do Batgirl in the Bombshells style.
Oh yeah, nice.
Boom.
That'll suit his style quite well, actually.
Good morning, 90. How are you today? Well, Boar, good to see you. Mad Spidey, you named some good shows there, but there really is only one you should probably invest your time in. That's Breaking Bad. It was made just for 5 seasons, and that is all it did. Phenomenal. Good morning, Brother John. Hello, Mike. Hello. Yeah, Breaking Bad was good. It was good. Better Call Saul, I watched when it first kicked off, but then I fell off. And definitely good. Just kind of loses my personal attention. Tell me what else I've been watching. I think that's pretty much it. The Shield is pretty much in.
You're still recovering from the Masters.
Yeah, I was about to say, in the little bit of free time that I have, or kind of the background noise, just been the Shield. Not only that, like, man, I have an employee that she just can't catch good luck. Like, she just keeps getting injured and all kinds of stuff. And the day before it was the 13th. On the 13th, which everyone was getting picked up on the 14th, making it like the 14th was our busiest day of the year, where over 100 customers all show up on the same day to pick up their pets.
And they all want their dogs cleaned and groomed. Yeah,
so the 13th, 12th, 11th, and 10th, I spend just 12 hours a day straight, just like out of bathtub, just bathing dogs, doing nails and haircuts, and then I battle for 3 to 4 days based on their pickup day to keep them clean. Crossing my fingers it doesn't rain. If it does, like going overboard to maintain that when they go out to use a bathroom, they're not getting muddy, wet, or rained on. And if they do get wet, they get blown back out, not down, and all this stuff.
Or up.
Got them all home, clean, safe, and all that. But my employee shows up that Monday, which we're already short-staffed by one who called out. Shows up with a completely destroyed sprained ankle, and then was out for like 2 weeks. So during the whole cleanup and all the regulars that are waiting for Masters Week to be over, where I'm like my schedule book gets overstuffed at that point for the next few weeks. I'm like 2 weeks backlog, 2 week wait time for someone to get in to get anyone groomed. So I'm overloading the book, thinking I'm going to like work ahead and have the staff be able to pick up. Others like she's down and out, and so I'm a person down all through the week, and I overbooked myself thinking that I wouldn't be a person down, and it's just
hoping you wouldn't be, yeah,
assuming that the employees would be healthy and physically able to walk, and that wasn't the case.
So you ran into the old adage: if you want to hear God laugh,
tell him you got plans. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Firm believer in that. Build character, but dude, I was so tired Wednesday that I came home. Me and the kids picked Kyle up. We went and got dinner. Came home. There was like an hour before Guess That Key started, and I sat down on the bed. And next thing you know, I'm waking up at 1:48 in the morning. And a bunch of missed calls on my phone from Pops and Sector, and a bunch of messages. I'm like, oh,
sorry,
it's not where I parked my car.
Well, next week you'll be flying this ship solo. So any of you guys who have usually helped to hop in early in the morning, make sure you're here to help Mark out, because nothing sucks than being there, have to talk for an hour by yourself.
Oh, I do it every Tuesday.
Well,
Nothing sucks worse for y'all than me talking by myself.
it makes for
Well, we
a much lesser community hangout when the community is one.
It's a community hearing.
Mm.
You can stand there. You go. You can get a black robe and a white barrister's wig, and you can hold judgment over the entire community.
Talk about Avatar for an hour.
or DC or how.
Yeah, just start pulling the figures down.
And this one,
Mm.
but I'm scrambling. It's so weird. Is that
Oh,
you
yeah,
start
we think
remembering
about
all
it.
the things that you're trying to scramble to do because you're going like. I mean, work has been horrific. I've been working like 12 plus hour days and stuff every single day, trying to get in a situation where I can leave at the end of the month. And I know it's going to be hell for all
Oh, you got your cruise coming up.
Yeah, we leave on Sunday. So
Rob likes to call it cruising for a friend.
So now it's like I'm like, I got to record this video and stuff, so I can have those still have the Monday and Thursday video for next week drop. And so it's really weird for me because like this week I've done essentially 4 videos, and I'm like, oh well, my inventory of stuff here has really dropped. It's a good thing that there's gonna be stuff coming in while I'm gone and stack back up. But
more stuff to piss me and Chris off to go into the giveaway.
Dude,
I saw that video. I'm like, fucking hell,
dude.
Excuse
I'm going to tell you, man. The other day, I actually climbed on Whatnot and it was on a stream. No. You guys are gonna fucking flip, dude. This stuff I picked up. I mean, it's insane. And actually, even this week's this coming Thursday's video I just recorded.
This weekend is the Whatnot Daredevil pack frenzy.
I'll put in a private chat just to give you an idea. But dude, there's there. Okay,
wrong show.
Yeah,
there's this running thing on Friday nights. If you put something in the private chat in the mix, we're obligated
out loud.
We're obligated to read it out loud. Like you say it. We don't whisper on that show. Yeah, buds.
You did what? Oh.
Hey, look at that! It's the main man, Finn.
I'm glad I didn't swear again.
Bye.
He's like, there's an Aussie gonna swear. I better leave.
I was just about to tell Finn. I finally had some of his.
Still standing right here.
Finn, I just had some of the pasta that I bought from your pasta sale the other day.
That was Monkey.
Oh, was it Monkey? Oh,
yeah, those are from Monkey School, I think. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
What was Finn's thing that I did then?
Finn did a different one. I know you. I think you just donated on that one. You and DJ both ended up just donating. That's the one that had like that catalog with all kinds of random stuff, like sleeping bags. Like it almost is like.
Oh, all right. Well,
it was almost like one of those eShop accounts that gets curated for that fundraiser, where there's like actual like camping gear or stuffed animals for kids that are. It was vast.
So Rob's got a couple of children's sleeping bags going to rock up to his place.
I didn't. It was like I just sent money. I think it was.
Yeah, there's a donation option, like where it tells you like how many, because the kids are trying to get a certain amount of points for different prize tiers. It tells you this much you donate.
Yeah, I remember.
I think you and DJ both.
I remember that.
Then afterwards, for the next 3 months afterwards, every 2 weeks, we get follow-up emails asking you if you'd like to donate even more. And it's like,
yeah.
Bro, I got the same thing happening.
I said, I don't think so. The pasta was interesting.
What tapes did you get?
Ruffles and a penne pasta.
Nice.
But I'd gotten both. I'd gotten 3 boxes of each, and then also then duplicated in it. 6 of the boxes were the protein pasta. and the other ones were like I thought they were low carb, but it was actually low cal.
Like we
But
had extra carbs. We got extra
But what was
carbs.
interesting was the ones that were low cal actually were less carb than the proteins significantly, because they had a much, or net carb anyways, because they had a significantly higher fiber content.
Dude,
Anyways,
I got a story about the beef jerky fundraisers. When I was in high school, a beef jerky company called Country Meats, which you can look them up. It exists just for fundraiser purposes, but it's good beef jerky. They're beef sticks is what it is. And my 12th grade year of high school, without going into details, I wasn't a model student. And I was tired at school a lot. And
you ate all your beef sticks.
the beef sticks were for the horticulture and the FFA club and stuff, Future Farmers of America. There was to raise money for that, and you'd have to be in one of the various like horticulture classes, like or be in the FFA club to be able to do the. So I was in horticulture, so I'd get beef sticks, and they'd front them to you. They give you
Right.
10 of them, and when you bring back $10, you can get 10 more, kind of thing. And or as long if you bring back $5, you can get 5 more, but you can cap up to 10. So I'd got 10. I'd eat them through the day because this was like an early class, and then the next day I would just give them the $10 kind of thing. But I'd get more, but it got to the point where they would let me have up to 25 at a time because every day I was reloading. And I would sell some throughout the day, this and that. But I lived on those beef jerkies that entire year, so much so that the FFA has their meeting at the end of the year, and a representative from Country Meats came down to our school, and they requested that I attended the meeting, and they presented me with a plaque from the representative of Country Meats and an employee jacket, like a zip-up jacket, where I was recognized as being the highest beef stick seller in all the history of their company. And this is me in 12th grade wearing a Country Meats jacket that I was just given at this FFA event.
Oh god.
and I just ate them things.
Little boy,
Put your pants on.
The
What?
shoes time. Is he still trying to clean
shoes?
them?
Louie's
Shoes,
not here.
pants, it's all good.
He's got the wood chips poked in them that he, for some reason, is obsessing about now.
I know, but I've asked him 4 times.
I'm not arguing that. That's what he's
We're
doing.
not doing that. We're gonna put shoes
Dale,
on.
Spidey, Rob, and non-model student. That's all right.
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the model.
Alright.
school.
Yeah,
Jeremy can attest to that.
I wasn't exactly
This
that,
is the guy
that
I
kind
want.
either. But I won't go into that.
Show that again, Mark. Yeah.
For commissions, go to his Gmail. Okay. This guy.
It might work better if I take it out of this thing. Yeah, this is awesome.
All right, I think I found the guy who will do my sci-fi pinup thing instead of Stephen Roos. So I don't have to pay the money based on what
Yes,
this
man.
guy does a lot of space pinup stuff. It's awesome.
However,
Look at that bowl. Look at that bowl haircut.
No, it was just shaggy at that point because I wasn't used to being at school during school hours. So like I said, I was tired. Came in with a hat on wet hair kind of thing, and
I was always there. I just didn't participate much.
so like I was kind of the opposite. I was rarely there, and I fully participated, and that's what got me in even more bad standing with a lot of my teachers, because you'd have to have what's called excused or unexcused absence. Excused absence mean that you have a note from your parent the next day after you're absent, or a note from a doctor. And you can only have so many notes from a parent, and you can have unlimited notes from a doctor. They don't argue medical stuff. And the way it worked is you would go to your first period teacher, and that's where they would report your absence, and you'd get your note from home or doctor, and you'd give it to them, and they would give you an admit slip. So it'd be a little form that just has each period of the day that you would take to. They sign it and check off first period with their initial, then hand it to you, and then you take that to second period and give it to your teacher, and it gets initialed. And at the end of the day, that gets turned in. And
I know that feeling.
On there it says excused, unexcused, doctor's note, note from home, so they can track it. Well, those slips for the entire county were printed at my high school because my high school was the only one in the entire county with a printing press. It was one of our elective classes, graphic arts and designing, which I was in. So when they print them, we were printing multiple different colors. Like, I mean,
So
like
Mark forged his own then.
20 something different colors. And because we'd print stuff and we would be learning how to use these printers, but they would then get used. It wasn't just going to trash. So when I printed all these colors, I kept a stack of every color in my book bag the entire year. So I would go into my first period, which was math, who he loved me because math just came easy to me. And he'd give me because the whole big thing with this is if you're unexcused, you're not giving your makeup work, like you're punishing your learning based on your excuse kind of thing. So he would give me my makeup work no matter what. He didn't care if I was excused or not. So as soon as he gave me my unexcused one, I looked at the color, I opened my book bag, I matched up the color because there'd be 5 different shades of blue, green, red, whatever. I would get out a new one. I would just I'd forge his initial, then I'd just check excused doctor's note and take that with me. But made all my teachers mad that I was out so much. I missed 97 out of the last 180 days. Like I was out a lot. But
was it because of your parents or just because of you?
No, because of me. My parents
Because my kids, I was out a lot because of my parents.
Yeah,
my
my
mom
parents had no idea.
Okay.
But then, and again, like I had like A's and a couple of B's. Like I had school wasn't difficult. Just like it was boring. There's other stuff I was wanting to do.
Yeah, like go to the village or go play
no,
handball. That's what I did.
This was 2003, not 1800s. I didn't go to the village.
I'm not that old. I'm not.
Wow.
I'm not Rob old. I'm a little older, but not not like Rob.
Thanks.
Rob's not that old either.
No, we used to go to Greenwich Village all the time. That's how it was in the 90s. So in the 90s, you go hang out.
What's up, Steve?
What's up?
Go to
Steve?
homeroom just to get attendance and then leave. So, and I had we had the same thing called a blue card.
Yeah.
But that was for other reasons.
All right. Look at a couple of these books. So this collection came through ABX on Monday, and I went through it, and there was kind of some 90s goodness. So I cherry picked a few out. I'm not doing a video on it, so I want to show y'all here what I picked up. So I had this book.
Oh, cool.
Oh God.
As a kid, for since the movie came out, my copy looked like I had it since I was a kid. Beaten up, spine damaged, everything. Panda actually bought it off Pop's attic. I passed off a bunch of books to Pops. Didn't even realize this was in there until he posted it. I'm like, oh, I kind of regret selling that. But there was Panda that bought it, so I'm like, cool with that. So I rebought it. This one's clean.
I'm just looking at who's the character underneath. Was that Chung Lee?
Yeah, that's when she was in the black suit when she was sneaking into
Yeah,
Bison's
it looked
compound.
like she's farting up that storm. That's
You
what
got
that shit.
to. Someone has to.
That one's cool.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah. The official continuation of the hit movie.
I remember those.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
yeah.
are fun.
I remember the Malibu comics.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Surprise.
There's only one. That was a surprise. And then this was cool.
Not everybody collects multiples.
Ooh, an ash can.
Yeah, for mini comic number 2. Where are my tweezers, Finn?
Those were the Wizard comics.
Yeah, from Wizard 51. And
They
there
were
was
coming in the
more
bag.
book. There's one more book, but I'll show you. There's 2 more books. What, little boy? Yeah, you do. You need to get moving.
What are you doing?
Go, Finn. Oh, thanks, buddy. Love you, man. Have a good day. And then Man
Oh.
of Steel 18.
First appearance of Doomsday.
DC Universe variant.
So it's the one with some juice on it. Out of the 5 prints, it's the 5th print that is the high value one. But there's one more book in there, but it's attached to this month's Legion loot, the April Legion loot. So if you're a channel member in the Legion tier, your name goes on the monthly wheel. If you're not a channel member, yeah, you got to be joined by the end of the month. And all of these is one big mega appreciation prize pack. But some Mark Spears Vampirella, some Linsner Herculoids. That's a damn fine cover right there. Some Delato Dark Side with Dark Crisis #1.
Ooh, that's nice.
All new Venom #2, the hottest book. Everyone's raving about it. But there's a Delato signed copy featuring Mary Jane.
Featuring Mary Jane.
Delato's signature is not easy to come by. You know what I mean? Some Kirkham Spider Boy for Mad Spidey, because he's the Spider Boy fan. Some Kirkham Star Wars for Rob.
That's a Star Wars book.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Looks like
from
an
the
elf.
It's Old Republic,
Old Republic.
Volume 2.
Looks like it should be a Lord of the Rings book or something.
He's
You
an
look like the
alien.
Lord of the Rings book. So, there's aliens in Star Wars? What?
I know. Can you believe it?
And then, like, the
All
whole thing,
aliens.
I was kind of thinking like an artist spotlight theme for this month. And I'm like, what better artist for April than Frank Miller? So I went with Frank Miller.
No, oh no. Oh my god.
So in this pack, someone's going to go home with some essential Frank Miller goodness just to
Pass,
showcase,
as
just to
Remy would say.
showcase how great of an artist he is and how influential he is and how much you love Frank Miller.
Well, how much he's involved over the years. You know what I'm saying?
No,
he just
no,
keeps
I'm
getting
not worried about his
better and better.
involvement. I don't care about his involvement. We're talking
No,
about
I said
art.
involved.
Art.
Evolution.
Look,
Put some old.
at that.
Put some. Oh my god, that's.
Yeah.
Rattiers.
yeah, Spidey
Ratty
loves
is
the
Wolverine.
Marvel characters. So I'm like, I was thinking of Simon, dude, and I know who Simon
Put some.
loves.
Put some old
Sabretooth.
Daredevil in there.
Oh, it
then.
gets better.
Sabretooth.
Oh my god, that's.
I think he just lost subscribers.
So let's keep it going. Keep it going.
Okay,
Oh,
now we're getting better.
oh, where'd you go, Simon? Number 3. And look at that, even number 2. But wouldn't do it without number 1. So the entire Dark Knight Returns. And then
I'll just give it away again.
And then looking for a signed Frank Miller book, we got Zorro. This is the preview edition from 1993, and I'd never seen this book before.
Yeah,
And it
top.
reminded me so much of that Sin City artwork. I'm like, dude, that's awesome, and that's signature. Dude, that's
with a free penis.
super dope. I don't see the penis, but I'm glad that you do. I'm glad that you do. But yeah, that was awesome. And in that collection that just came through, this Zorro book was in there. I'm like, dude, what are the odds? A top Zorro book. I wonder if it's the same one. And I looked at the back, and sure enough, yeah. So you even got the paper copy. So that was a massive Frank Miller goodness there. But had to throw those 3 modern ones in there just for funsies. Just for funsies. But yeah, his most definitive work is definitely The Dark Knight Returns. It's not even, I don't even think that's hardly debatable, is it?
I know
would
it's Sin City.
have said Wolverine limited series, but that's just me personally.
Yeah,
You think
for me, it's Sin
Wolverine
City.
limited series is as important for Wolverine as The Dark Knight Returns is for Batman?
Well, I don't know that much about Dark Knight and Batman, so I wouldn't know. That's why I said for me personally.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking of like its general impact on comics, the industry, everything. Like how many movies have they done based on the limited
Wolverine?
run of
A lot.
Wolverine? No, the limited run of Wolverine, the story specifically.
They're called One.
Which story adapted the
Wolverine.
the limited run of Wolverine? Was the Wolverine?
The
with
Wolverine.
Silver Samurai?
Yeah.
Silver Samurai wasn't in the 4-issue miniseries, was he?
Yeah. He was.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's arguably the best Wolverine movie.
Made by the director of Logan. Same director made that one.
What's his name? Was it Gavin something?
No, it's not Gavin. He did Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I feel like his name is Mangold.
Yes,
Mangold.
James Mangold,
Mangold. Yeah.
who's currently trying to work on doing a Swamp Thing movie.
Thing. Yeah, he's the guy for the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. It's underrated. It just didn't have the same flair that the other movies have, so that's probably why it was the lowest performing out of all of them. It still performed well, though.
I enjoyed the Wolverine.
Yeah, it was a movie.
Especially if you watch the unrated cut. Oh man, the unrated cut is fantastic. Like the whole, it's for one, they've like got a lot more blood in it. Like it's kind of like the Die Hard 4 thing.
Yeah.
Die Hard 4 went to theaters PG-13, but it came out on video with an R-rated cut of it, which changes like so much of the movie's like intensity and
Yeah. It made no sense for that movie to be a PG-13 when all the other ones were R.
Yeah, and the Wolverine has the same thing. It has the R-rated cut. It's not like all of a sudden there's nudity and F words everywhere. It's just the fighting that he's already doing. You're actually seeing the consequences of swinging those claws in groups of bad guys, and there is extended scenes as well, like when he's doing the rush on the compound, and they were all waiting for him in the city with the arrows with the ropes on them and stuff. That scene is very, very extended. It's wild.
Wild.
Wow.
It's wild and wild. No truck payment is where it's at. I'm sorry.
I think I'm gonna pay my truck off this weekend so I can start working on my back issues again. Work on them front issues, bro.
I get that. I mean, I actually was looking at the other day. I think I got 2 months left on my car payment, and it's done.
I got 24 months left. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm talking
no
about
truck payments is where it's at. Yes.
It means I'll be down to, with 4 cars, I'll only have the one car that has a lease payment then.
Just 4.
Well,
Louis,
because I got 4 drivers.
Just 4.
I've got 4 drivers, you son of a bitch.
So what? Everybody in the household has to get a car. That's how it is. The baby's born. You got to get a car with the baby.
My youngest has a car. They're in Oregon. My oldest has a job, and we have a car. That car was gifted to us. The one that from my grandfather, when he passed away, he willed it to him so he could have it to learn how to drive and everything else. And so he's got, it's a 2006 Honda Accord. It's nothing special.
Oh.
Except that it's only got 33,000 miles on it.
Did Seth ever pop her camera on?
She has not yet.
I don't know if she saw the private chat. Steph popped the camera on for verification. You can turn it back off if you don't want to be on camera, but
yeah, I'm eating breakfast while I'm talking to you guys.
You got to do what's it called?
Like that's right. I guess I'm more or less the Oprah Winfrey for my kids. Yeah, sure, why not? But
you get a car. You get a car.
I absolutely agree with AR on this. That because for one, like you can find covers going back literal decades where you can critique and criticize the way that he's drawing characters, just like you do now. Like it's very intentional. And when any of these creators get long in the tooth, they kind of like lean more into their comfort style kind of thing. JR is a great example of it. Really, any of the artists are, but Frank's just doing that style that he's always been
being talked about anyways, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Obviously somebody likes it.
But it didn't happen to Arthur Adams. He's still cranking some awesome stuff.
Somebody likes his stuff. Obviously they keep putting this stuff on the covers.
I think it's the controversial of it all. Controversy sells.
Well, he never stopped working,
Yeah.
There's that too.
No such thing as bad publicity.
No, there is.
Oh, that's
Just tell that to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ask P. Diddy.
Yeah, I think Hulk would be a poor example of it because you can find him partying in Florida on his stacks of money every day. There she is.
Ladies and gentlemen, now on the main stage.
All right.
Put your hands together.
How are you guys doing?
Good. Reminder to anyone in the chat, feel free to request the link. We'll send it.
We need that "Play Some Sugar on Me" theme entrance when we call Madam to the main stage.
My new hat arrives today.
Watch out. Don't wear it all in one place, man. I love that your lipstick has its own light.
It does.
Oh,
You never know when this is going to come in handy, This could save somebody's life one day.
I want to be that world where you're dependent on somebody's life is dependent on a light, and Adam pulls out her lipstick. It's like, I got
no,
you.
we need a light. No one has a light. I have a light.
I know because Madam's here. I have to. Because I know she'll say something if it's not.
Oh.
Oh, you can turn your lights on.
Oh yes. What's the matter? Are you feeling okay, Izzy?
What was that?
Are you a little down?
No. I'm eating.
How are you doing, Simon?
Hanging in there.
Yeah. Have you slept since the last night?
I've been
3 hours ago?
I've been sleeping a lot because I've been sick the last couple of days. So
Oh, Spidey, that reminds me. Tomorrow, I don't know that I'll. If I have any free time, I'll try to swing by during your show. But I don't. I expect because it's gonna be, everything's last minute packing for the and everything, all my errands and things checklist that I got to get done before the cruise on Sunday. I don't know that I'll be there or not.
no,
But
that's all good. I've already seen what's going in the bin anyway, the box anyway.
it's stacked. Oh my god, I got so much stuff to get. It's ridiculous, and I got stuff stacking. I got stuff on the way, but
and just after you changed it from 7 to 6,
that's fine. No, that's fine though because I still. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I need to. The last couple boxes or stuff I've unboxed and stuff that's the unboxing that's staged and stuff that's coming in. I've gotten some more of the higher end books, so I need to go back on. So now I need to go back on the get some more lesser books to kind of even it out because I can't be giving away $25-$30 books every single 6 of those. That's just
Or can you?
I cannot sustain that. How's that?
Depending on how well the person picking for you actually picks.
Yeah, I try to. That's why I try to go like you guys can pick one of these.
Yeah.
So it's like to go because I got to control what's. Try to
I
control.
I have 10 $50 books here. You can pick one to go in the box.
Rig the system. Be like, don't pick number 5. Don't pick number 10.
Number 10. All right, I told you not to. Well, look at that. It's a free comic book day book. Yay. No, there's
I'll take the one in the front. You mean the one in the back?
try to definitely do a mix, but my the budget has swelled for that box as I keep trying to get some cooler books. Yeah.
Or outdo yourself, should I say?
Yeah, but hey, people enjoy it. It's fun. But I feel like my personal collection is suffering as a result.
You're neglecting your personal collection now?
I am. I spend more time shopping
for other collections or something.
I've spent a lot more time shopping for the giveaway bin than I have been shopping for me. And
pleasing the masses.
And that's where I go like, maybe I made a mistake. And that's where like when I showed you earlier before we went live that I picked up for me that I came across. And
well, whenever you need like extras, let me know. I'll send you stuff. I don't mind.
No, that's not a problem. It's just more of like it's like you have a budget that you're operating on, and sometimes you start to get too excited about doing one thing and then you forget about what was your main focus. Oh, my main focus is me and my collecting.
You'll
never
though with everything.
What is your catchphrase again? Buy what you want, right? Exactly. It's like buy what you want to buy, unless I buy it for you.
Right, exactly. Watch my show. Maybe you got a chance at winning some cool shit.
I have a lot of books going into the PC because of that.
Yeah, what's really weird to me though is the amount of books I sent out. I don't see a lot. I mean, I guess a lot of people maybe don't do posts. So I don't get tagged in them, or I don't see a lot of posts about people receiving the stuff. Maybe they don't care about it. Maybe it's crap. I don't know.
Some people just don't do that.
Yeah.
There's that element too.
I need people. If you want something from Only Slabs, please post it and tag us. At least you could do to help.
Not just for you. It's for promotion of the show as well.
Exactly. It's for help promote the show. You know, I know you don't want more people out there competing with you to win, but I mean, come on.
Sometimes I don't even enter just for that reason, just to give it to other people.
Kind of movie.
But I still watch it, and I'll still hit that thumbs up. I'll leave a comment every so
Thank you,
often.
Wilbur. Yeah, no, I know some people do. I do see some.
Mhm.
I just know that I send out 2 a week, and I'll usually see like 3 a month. You know,
Mhm.
it's like a lot of people don't. But anywho,
Well, you could always let people win, Izzy, and then give it to them and give it to somebody else. Or
I
if
do
you
let
win.
other people win. That's why I don't enter. When
No, I'm saying
it's
if you
not
win, you
so-
could like gift it to someone who you want.
Oh, gift
Well,
it? Yeah, sometimes that.
How about you win, Izzy? And then if it's all old school Marvel books, you can prize tag me and just add it to the box that's
I
already
don't think
waiting
Rob
there.
would like that.
But there's already a box waiting there. It doesn't matter.
He's like,
Yeah.
send it package to Australia. Here,
Yeah,
go
no,
send it to
I don't-
Australia.
no, he has a ongoing box, and
Yeah,
then
so-
he ends up paying shipping half the time.
Yeah, so it doesn't, it's not here nor
Because
there.
he gets-
What's the worst you paid for shipping so far? For shipping to Australia?
So I'm gonna work on this today.
I think we had a package one time. It was around $150 US.
Something
It's
like
just
that.
a shipment.
But that was like a one-off thing because it was something
Some of
that
the
I
Gorilla
had
Tag
already
stuff.
I'd already
Yeah.
accumulated a lot from years prior, and I ended up getting it sent to Rob, and then. But he got some cool books to put into the giveaway box because of it too. So
Thank you there, Freaky. Yeah, I expect to hear some fun stories when Freaky's on Only Slabs shortly. It's coming up.
It's on today?
No.
Tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow is Batmite, and then I'm off. I think Louis might be shortly right after.
I think 2 or 3 episodes after that. I think.
Soon. I inspired Louis. He showed a picture of Lobo.
Nice.
June
Well,
7th. There he is.
There we go. Oh yeah,
That's like a month from now.
It's in my mind it's coming up because I know it's on the schedule. But I guess it's not that soon because we got Batmite. Then when I come back, it's Basement Comics for You.
There you go, Louis.
Who's got a very interesting story. I don't know if you've ever seen Basement Comics for You, but essentially he did this thing where he started off with $1 or something and worked his way up and documented. There's a whole series of videos where his channel was based on. It was trying to get a Hulk 181.
Did he get it?
So yeah, he eventually got it. Yeah, so it was a series of let me buy this and then let me sell it and let me buy this and sell that type of thing,
Awesome.
right? Of buying and selling comics and stuff to get to the point where he basically with $1 seed investment or something like that, he ended up gets a Hulk 181.
Was it like a 0.5 one?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Like a
you have to go check out his channel or tune in and see.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Freaky's on the week 2 weeks before Heroes Con.
He said June 7th.
Yeah, June 7th is 2 weeks before is his show, and then after that I got Bo, not Omni Bo, but a different Bo. And then after that, so we'll take our break for Heroes Con. Before you know it, I mean, it's like I'm full. Actually, and I just booked my first guest for post Heroes Con. So
It would have been cool. You did like a live version in Heroes Con, just show the different types of slabs that people have.
we talked about it like 2 years ago. Like the first, we did go live. The first Heroes Con, we did go live for a moment.
Yeah,
at the con, I think it was, or maybe it must have been Heroes Con, or no, it was C2E2. I guess it was. But it becomes problematic. You can't really do a proper show. You have to completely rechange the format of the show. It's harder when you're asking. Yeah, everybody's got to have their phone set up and get decent signal, in order to do it. And it's just like,
or you could do a pre-recorded version.
Again, those are complicated out there on the fly.
Or you could just not do it and just wait for the following week.
Yeah, we just take a week off, man. It's like no big deal.
Yeah.
People, a lot of the viewers aren't going to be there. They're going to be at the con, so it's fine. Because I've talked about it. Thank you, Freaky Louie, for dropping the video for Basement Comics for You. That's the other things like you think about. Like the Berkeley Comic Show keeps trying to get me to come up there on a Saturday and do a live from there. So that way, because I always joke with them that most of their shows are on Saturdays and I can't make them and stuff. And I know the guys who run it, and they go like, "Oh well, we'll just come do your live here and then you can go shop comics afterwards." So it's interesting, but I'm not sure I want to bring all that equipment that I would, I guess it's not a ton of equipment, but I mean, bring the stuff and set up. I'm not sure how the environment's going to be, how it's going to run. And it's like, I don't know.
Sounds like a lot of effort.
I mean, it's
my phone.
I don't do it on anything on my phone. I bring a laptop and I have to separate camera and.
I did that.
Look,
that
I do it. I've done it from the
premiere.
hotel before. I get
did
it.
that Black Panther premiere thing, and it was a pain in the dick because I don't feel like I didn't do anything excessive. I brought a laptop. It requires a camera and a microphone, and just like, all right, well, I'm going now. I'm have to ask you, where's the table? What's the setup? And I have to kind of figure out from there. Like, all right, I brought an extension cord because I didn't want to trust in scenario. Then I gotta run it, and like, there's just.
Where
But it was super
how's
fun.
the internet?
Yeah, and yeah.
The internet.
I recommend if you're doing anything like that, you need to bring an independent internet option, like have your phone hotspotable enough to pull it off.
Like that time I did it from one of the big cons over here, and the Wi-Fi was absolutely crap.
Yeah, once you
never use the Wi-Fi
into a building, even the data is going to go to crap with that many people congested in a small space. You got to really.
Yeah, I had to hotspot off my phone, and then your phone's getting extremely hot because you're hotspotting off your phone, and
they don't call it hotspot for nothing, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it from the hotel, and then then I'm having to pre-record pools for the giveaway or something because I don't know. It's. So, but yeah, as Brian says, the jazz music background would probably ruin the vibe. I don't know. You probably wouldn't hear it because the microphones, but
we hear everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's a way for me to not blow all my money out the door, to not go every single show. Plus, it isn't.
So that's what the whole purpose of Only Slab is all about. We found out the underlying reason why you created the show, so you won't have to go to conventions.
but it does. It does
happen on Sundays.
It does the opposite though, because Rob keeps adding stuff to his list.
Right.
The what he sees people showing.
He's like, I still got to go to a convention though.
I still do.
Screwed either way.
Hey, whenever, like I said, for like Berkeley Comic Show, whenever they do a Sunday, I go. And some of there's other little Sunday shows that happen here and there that I try to get to.
All my shows are on bloody Sundays.
The one thing, it is that weird thing when you are dedicated to a particular time slot and you're inflexible for the most part. It becomes it does control what you do.
Well, that sounds like the problem is you need to work on your flexibility, my man. Have you started doing squats?
I stopped doing squats.
He's doing squats right now. You just don't see it.
Yeah, there is no chair behind him at all.
That's funny.
Get my man in his power thighs.
I'm
like
Only Slab, powered by squats.
I'm like E Honda. I'm E Honda, baby.
Street Fighter references, nice.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, nice. Sorry, lower back just popped. I was like,
I thought you farted.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I was trying to get my back to pop, and it just went.
We didn't think you did. We assumed you did.
No. Anyways, my pasta story was that the pasta ended up not being too bad. There you go. End of story.
That was a long pasta story, but it was worth every second.
I think I missed the beginning of the pasta story.
Most people did. Of course, it might have been that the sauce I was making that I made was really the crowning achievement. Forget the noodles.
What
Crowning.
was it? What sauce?
Spaghetti sauce
What kind? How'd you make your spaghetti sauce?
with tomatoes and onions and garlic and basil and oregano and wine and mushrooms and Italian sausage and
There you go. It's better.
She was waiting on the one magic word.
I was waiting for some sauce. Yeah.
Say that again.
I got this really great recipe for spaghetti, and like you take it's from Italian, from Italy, from somebody's grandma, and you take like pork and beef, like some ribs or something. You just sear them in some olive oil, and you take them out and you put some garlic in, and then you put in some tomato puree, and you put the meat back in, and you put oregano in, and you simmer that for like 2 hours. And it's insanely good because you get that meat flavor. You take the meat out because it's like big chunks because all the flavor's gone out of them. But all that flavor is in a red sauce then.
yeah.
It's so unctuous. Like it's got this unctuous flavor to it.
That's why spaghetti sauce takes hours to cook.
Yeah.
Because not only do you need all those flavors to mingle and mix and everything over time, but you also need to break down the tomatoes. As you gotta, so as you're going and periodically stirring everything else, the tomatoes themselves break down into a sauce. But anyways, it's good stuff. Take it easy, Christina. So you're gonna go work out for 2 hours.
We'll see Christina at Heroes.
Spread the love.
Wow, a dry try. Interesting. Okay. Oh,
Try.
What is dry try, Christina?
I assume
Don't ask
it's a
questions you don't know the
triathlon
answer
without
to.
the swimming.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, I guess that would make sense.
I'm guessing. I don't know what the third element is then.
That's good
unless
info.
It's a drive-by.
Unless
Yeah,
it's
because that's all Christina does, right? She does drive-by.
Drive by.
Is a benchmark workout offered by Orange Theory Fitness twice a year, typically in spring and fall. It is a triathlon-inspired event done on dry land in a studio setting involving 2,000-meter row, 300 body weight reps, and a 5K run or power walk.
Oh, so
All right, Christina.
So no stationary
Girl.
bicycling in there. Interesting.
Girl.
I would have assumed that bicycling was involved in it because a triathlon traditionally is swimming, bicycling, and running. But then again, yeah, whatever. I get it. It's cool. So, what else we got going on here? We got Free Comic Day. Mark, is there anything exciting that coming out from Free Comic Day that's got you juiced and happy and excited, other than the fact that it's just Free Comic Day in general?
Yeah, talking about the inventory, there's a full list video that I did showing you everything that comes out, but
That's why I'm asking you.
you have the people that, they're all, I want it all, which astounds me unless you have something you plan on doing with it, because it's truly a list of books that there's something for everybody, which means there's a lot that's not for most people. But for me personally, for my collection, when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I definitely want those to read them, to put them in the PC. DC is putting out a flip book, how the DC All-In Special was a flip book, oversized.
Yeah.
Half of it reads the main story, and you flip it over, and then the other half is like the Absolute Universe. They're doing one of those. And then the second one on the list is The Phantom is returning at Mad Cave Studios. The Ghost Who Walks is getting a new ongoing series. So he'll have an issue 0, which it can go two ways. It can be like a preview of issue 1, or it can be a prologue. So
Sort of like they did with Flash Gordon.
Like the Flash Gordon and the Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest Free Comic Book Day ended up being like canon must read. Like if you missed it, you might have read issue 1, like had to go back and find it. But that's probably the one I'm most excited about, is it's completely fresh new material, not just the next step in the story. And then Mark Spears has an issue 0 for Monsters, which goes back before issue 1. So for those of us that aren't just cover collecting but are reading that story, kind of want that a lot, because it's like introducing us to these characters that are kind of going to end up being the shift to the important characters in that story. And then Godzilla has a really cool Free Comic Book Day that's supposed to be like the kind of the issue 0 concept for the new ongoing title they're about to be kicking off soon.
Is it
There's
anywhere as
there's some fun
cool?
books.
What, Rob?
I would say, is that Godzilla comic anywhere as cool as that Godzilla decanter I sent you?
Godzilla the what?
The Godzilla decanter that I
Oh,
sent you
no.
from Jack Daniels.
You know what? 3 people sent me that after you did. I'm like, that was pretty cool.
So the Godzilla books look. The cover is insane. Let me show it to you guys.
I'm
They
just
also have
getting all the Marvel.
They have a
books.
job.
So Izzy has shared that, but if you want to see that cover, you go watch my video.
The new heroes. It is gorgeous, man. I love this cover.
Yeah, it's cool.
Who did
It's
the cover?
cool.
That's
Yeah.
a good question. I'll tell you right now.
It's at the
It
top.
was Oliver Oni.
Yeah, when you
So
click
tell
on
you-
the
Oh, no.
cover picture again, click on the picture,
I-
Izzy.
I've never heard of
Now
him.
look at the top right above where it says Free Comic Book Day. Above where it says Free Comic Book. Yep, right there. What does that say?
It doesn't have the name though. It's the new heroes.
Gotcha.
Sometimes it has his name, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll have the artist name right there.
Usually on the variants they'll say the name of the artist, but when on cover A, they usually don't.
Yeah.
So
But the ABX Comics and Games is going to be doing like they always do and throwing down like it's 1999. They'll have a lot of local talent. A lot of folks there set up with tables. There's some indie comic creators that live here and some artists.
yeah, so
It'll be a good time.
Yeah. On the Marvel side, they're gonna do a
No,
Spider-Man Ultimate.
No, nobody cares. No.
Spider-Man Ultimate.
No, nobody cares.
How many Marvel books are there? Izzy?
I was like, God, he's insufferable.
I believe they're gonna do.
There's one.
I think they're gonna do
book.
4 books.
Marvel's doing what they typically do with their main stuff. It's like it's a double feature.
Yeah, so the Spider-Man, it's gonna be Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Universe, Fantastic Four, Giant Size X-Men. They're gonna do a Star Wars one as well.
I'm not worried about the Star Wars one.
Well, it counts as Marvel, right? So
You know what I mean.
You guys are so biased in your opinion.
you know what I'm saying?
And not that I'm not either.
I'm a
but I
comic
mean,
book guy. I just love comics. Oh, and then of course the kids' comic book. So Iron Man and his awesome friends
Yeah, I'd probably still get that too.
with Spider-Man and his amazing friends. So they're kind of doing I think they're doing the flip book too.
Well, they always do the double feature. The first half of the book is one thing, the second half is another. That's how they get more time. Just like back in the day in the early 60s.
But what they didn't do this year is they didn't do like a story that leads up into a main story.
Yes, they did. It's the Ultimate Spider-Man one. The Ultimates one is setting up the Ultimates event.
But it's still a flip.
They always do that. They don't ever not do that.
No, they do.
No, they don't.
The Avengers and Humans book. What the hell that book was? It sucked. But what was that book that they did?
Talking about when they did
Judgment
the
Day.
event for the Avengers.
Yeah, the event book.
That was the flip also. That was the Judgment Day one.
Flip out of what?
Well, it's not a flip book. It's just a shared title. That's the one with the Blade's daughter first appearance that you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
I think that one also had Amazing Spider-Man with it.
No, he didn't.
Like I could have sworn it did, but they always do that little double feature thing.
There's also the Energon universe. That
All the
should be
way
cool.
back to who is that? The one that everyone got pissed about, the Codex era thing. When
yeah,
when they had the
Venom thing. Yeah,
that was a double feature. Like, and that was before the Judgment Day one.
what's up, Bruce?
So they got a classify Energon Universe one. I know last year's Energon Universe one was probably an instant sellout, even though now you can pretty much pick it up cover
And then
price.
people got bummed out because it was like an original D-Dubs cover featuring Megatron, and then it wasn't original story in it. And the story that was in it had already been released in a
They
previous.
released it again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different if you're free comic book days. This is the first time we're reading this, and the full issue will be out later. But it went in reverse.
Yeah. But they do have another Transformers one. I guess this one's more for kids.
Yeah.
Transformers Worst Bot Ever featuring Ballpoint.
Okay.
A Transformers that I believe is a pen. I'll probably grab some of those books this week before they come out. Cause I saw the all-in one. The all-in one looks pretty cool. Here's the Mark Spears one.
Do you think that's can you recall the flip cover? We got like Superman on one of them, but the other one for the Absolute is like the shattered glass, and it's black with just like a semi silhouette of what looks to be obviously Martian Manhunter to me.
Yeah, it has that same style as like Infinity Gauntlet #1, kind of that same collage approach to it, but with the shattered glass
Absolute stuff. I feel like they're teasing they're teasing something in the brow that's specifically unique to just like Darkseid and Martian Manhunter. And I would think Darkseid, but it's just green line work for some reason.
Yeah, they have I know the blank is coming out. Is good. I'm excited for the blank because I really want the blank. But it's also written by Dan Slott, so
yeah, I'm
take that with a grain of salt.
He's not writing the Absolute part. The Superman Unlimited is the flip. So that's his new ongoing title, which
but something that's not Free Comic Book Day that I'm excited for that's coming out this week. It's Godzilla versus Spider-Man.
Didn't that came out this? It's already out.
Nah, it comes out this week.
Oh, I'm thinking Predator, right? Is that the one that you shared?
That is nuts. I read that. That book is nuts.
I thought your head was going to explode, Izzy.
Because when I read it, my wife was sitting next
my
to me
ears
when
just did.
when I was reading it, there's a new Predator. His title is Skinner. That's all I need to say. It is not a kid's Spider-Man book. Don't give it to the kids. You got to give kids nightmares.
So he's doing the thing where he skins them and hangs them up.
Yep. Pretty much. That's the story.
It's about as vile as you can
I mean,
get.
that's what Predators do, right?
This one does.
I mean, that's what they did in the first movie when Dutch and his crew went into the jungle and found the people hanging there. Danny Glover and the gangsters, he finds them all hanging, skinned.
Oh, this
train
cover.
With Bill.
You got to see this cover. This cover is nice.
That's what Predators do, man.
This is Godzilla Spider-Man. This is the Gleason cover.
That's one of the better ones. They've been putting out a bunch of crappy.
That's a nice cover, though.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Look at this one.
That one's better. That's a really good. No, the other one's better. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yuck.
This one I don't like.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Trash.
Bradshaw. I love these. No, I love these.
Trash. Lazy.
Cute poster. It was a poster. Yeah.
This is Jerry Orwell.
It has that retro nostalgic ting, but trash.
No.
Trash.
No.
Trash.
This is not bad. Chris Campana?
Looks like the other one, just without writing.
This is the best one, though.
No, I think the next one's the best one.
This one?
Yes.
That looks
you like that one a lot.
That one is sick.
Perillo. Yeah. Cover A is fine, but it is a Bradshaw. Like, you can't give me Art Adams, so you give me Nick Bradshaw. That's what this is. But he's doing the interiors. So I look forward to that. But there's 12 covers in total, including incentives. That's a lot.
Caroline.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, lady.
What's going on, dudes?
Yeah, there he is. That's the same character.
What an interesting trailer we got this week for Predator Badlands. I gotta tell you, conceptually, I love the idea. It looked like a wild ride, but man, that uncanny valley effect that this Predator's face gave me, not in this shot. I grabbed intentionally the best one I could find that you can see texture and stuff on his face, but there's a shot.
It looks like he's got a comb back.
He does. So that's what's
That's like a
That's
braid
one thing
bag.
that was
Braid
unique
like
about
it.
this is the yachtja that we're
That's
following. the
actually-
Predator is really a young. It looks like it's a teenager age predator that we're following.
That's the second part of that John Travolta movie. That's what he looks like afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
You remember
So
that
he's-
John Travolta movie? I forgot what it was.
Yes.
Battlefield Earth.
That's
Battlefield
That's it. It was awful.
greatest Scientology movie ever.
yeah,
Tom Cruise is the greatest Scientology movie ever.
I would agree with that.
How are you doing this morning,
This
Lydia?
is a very pro Tom Cruise channel, so I'll
I know.
definitely agree
Yeah.
with that.
I'm here, we may have differences in opinion, but like I'll never take away your love for Tom Cruise. I would never rob you of that.
I appreciate that.
That's sweet.
I don't want to take that from you because it's a magical love.
Tom Cruise is so impressive at this point. It's hard. He's making it hard to bag on Scientology. Like it seems like a layup. So bagging on Scientology is a layup. It's the craziest thing ever. But then you
I need
look
to
at this
fucking
man.
scan your ass for thetans,
You
dude.
look at I had one thanks to Tom Cruise, but you look at this man and his
Your midi-chlorian
accomplishments
count is through the
and
roof.
his feats, and I'm like, how do I criticize somebody who's performing life so much better than me? Like I'm not like that. Just seems it makes me feel stupid for trying.
It's a performance.
You got to keep on running. That's what it is.
Yeah, just
You know,
wait until like
It's
you
sad when
fucking-
this guy who's 30 years older than me collects like discounts that early bird specials can still outrun me. That's not okay. Like that's when you got to say what's up with Scientology.
Oh, it's the money. It's the money. See,
Well, I
that
don't
looks
know.
like
I can think of a lot of people who have a lot of money that so it's not the money. It wasn't the money for countless people. It's not the money.
it's the well,
Oh, no,
it's
it's
the
the thrill for
desire to
him.
maintain an image and having the money to keep you at the top.
I mean, a lot
It's
of
the
people
thrill
have
for
that
him. He just loves the thrill.
desire.
Like I
But
need
in all sincerity, think of how many people have the money. All right, we're just talking about people with the means now. Everybody with the means. Out of the people with the means to accomplish whatever they want monetarily, how many people are performing like that at life?
a
How many
lot.
people?
A lot.
There
A
are
lot of really rich, like the Hollywood people. So you got a
That's
private
where I'm
chef, a
going.
private
No,
trainer.
I'm not questioning all that. I'm assuming granting.
I don't have
all
to
of
have
that.
motivation with that much money.
No, granting all of that. Granting you don't have to
People have
work
motivation
for
for you.
anything. You don't
People
work
do
for
things
anything.
for me. All
You
I
have a
to do is move my body.
nutritionist. You have a private chef. Now, why aren't they all performing, not just in movies, but at life, like Tom Cruise? Why are so many of them like mental health conditions, overweight? Like, where are the rest of them that are like well put together or keeping it together for the cameras?
Not
like
all
Tom
of them
Cruise?
value having their peak appearance up for the cameras the most. For him, he is a physical actor that is valued for his wild stunt work.
I think it
He's
goes
gotta
with what
keep it-
Izzy says. This
I don't think
guy
he's valued for his stunt work. I think
Yeah,
that's now,
he
though.
is. Yeah, that's so
Now
new.
because he's so
He's valued
fucking
for
old and
everything
stupid,
after.
and he's been
because
doing it for
before-
so long.
Jerry Maguire and stuff.
Before the Mission
yeah.
Impossible movies,
Nobody gave a shit.
he was known as more of a drama actor.
It was not drama. He was
Yes,
Tom
yes,
Cruise.
he was.
Yes,
Tom
he
Cruise
was.
is Tom Cruise.
No, but like he is completely like
Top
bounced
Gun, what's
around
the one
through
where he
genre.
turns his
That's
face
action.
into a
Color of
robot?
Money. Well, not Cocktail.
Risky Business,
Risky
Magnolia
Business.
Sky,
What's that one that's the racing one? Thunder,
Days
Racing
of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
Days of
Days of
Thunder.
That's where he met Nicole Kidman.
Far and away. Like it's
That's-
all
and
the
then
same.
they just
It's him and Nicole running, getting free land. Fucking.
Risky Business.
Rain Man?
Top
He did
Gun.
Rain Man?
Color of Money.
Cocktail.
Rain
Rain
Born.
Man?
Born on the 4th of July, which should not have
Eyes
been-
wide shut.
he should have gotten an Oscar for that movie.
That was Kubrick.
No, but in all
Yes.
sincerity, it's going now. It harkens back to the question: with so many
And, like,
people with
think-
unlimited and endless means, why are so many people so broken? Yet this guy doesn't like he's scandalous.
Why are so many? Oh, I don't think he's scared.
Tropic Thunder.
Name his scandal. Like, what are his scandal? What like when go? For
I
it.
think he is so overly
so what is-
focused
what
on
you got,
control of image that if you saw him lose control, like in the least over the slightest thing, he would probably have a fucking break.
He
time
has
out,
lost
time out.
control.
Now, if you
Don't
saw
you remember
him
the
lose control,
Oprah?
why- I'm not
Jumping on the
talking
sofas?
If
Yeah.
ifs and buts were
That was him
cannons
trying
and
to show
nuts, I'd be
excitement.
overweight.
Huh? What did you say?
You said
you say, Mark?
if we saw him lose control, we're not talking about ifs. We're talking about what is. Like why is he so well maintained and put together?
Loss of control does not necessarily mean that you look fat or thin, or like there's different types of control, different types of discipline. And when you get into something like that, it's very,
How is
very
this guy so
nuanced.
disciplined is what I'm saying. Like
Patrick
not-
Bateman
it's
was
not
very,
just-
very disciplined
it's
and had a
not
lot of
just the
control.
money. Like,
He
again,
also
like that.
killed people.
We're not talking about Patrick Bateman though. We're talking about Tom Cruise.
Are they that
Justin,
different?
What's your
There-
opinion?
I think in
Good
Tom
morning.
Cruise, it's just that
I
you know
acknowledge you.
he's living his. I think he's living his best life now, where before because the guy's been through 3 divorces. So
Three.
that's something. That's got to say something, right?
Well,
What
it
does
says
that
that
say?
Scientology leveled him up.
No,
Well,
I think it
I don't know
says
about
he's
that.
fucking stupid.
I don't know about that, but
Well, if you've deep dove into Scientology, that's actually what happened. Like they placed him. Like they
Yeah,
because
they
the
fucking made
but
him.
before
image
the Mission Impossible movies, the only real movie that he made that was an action adventure type of thing
Legends.
before that was Days of Thunder, which was 1990, and then before that it was
Well
Top
done,
Gun.
bro.
So
he's getting
Legend was so good. He's right. World War's right.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like all his other movies is like they're
Minority
dramas.
Report.
They're in that realm.
Yep.
Fucking
But
eat
in all sincerity, if you think of like anybody that's been in the business as long as
I don't
Tom
know
Cruise
why you
has-
love him so much.
if
I
you
don't
think of anybody that's been in the business, well, I just think it's fun to watch if people can objectively talk about things that are considered controversial, and it's impossible for some of y'all. For
He's
me,
not
I say
controversial. He's just,
this dude is
Magnolia.
absolutely.
yeah, it was one good
Scientology
movie.
is
That's how
bananas, but like
many-
you can't question the results. You can question how you get there, but he's undeniably like one of like the pillars of exemplary persons in Hollywood, which is crazy to think with his resume of life. That's
he's
crazy.
charismatic. Okay,
Mark,
I'll give him that.
Come on, let's be
But he's
realistic.
not the only one
just
like
don't
that,
know
though.
this.
Hold on,
He's
let
not
Madam
exemplary.
Let
I don't
Madam
think
know. Like, where would you disagree with that statement?
that he's exemplary.
No, I'm asking
Can I-
Madam.
Oh, I think Tom Cruise has a lot of problems because, gee, what would you say he was divorced 3 times?
3 times.
3
I
times,
don't-
right?
I don't
But he's
consider them-
exemplary, right?
How
There's
many
nothing wrong with
times-
him, right? That was all the woman's fault.
What does that have? What is having a divorce or separating from
You said
somebody
it,
have
not
to do-
me.
Like y'all think that getting a divorce is a knock against your character, Tom
No,
or
but
his wife?
there's 3 of them. Let's just, no, you did say he had lived
It's
a long life.
context dependent.
No, so
We don't know enough. you know?
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, then so you're saying
to
that
say like he's like
that's
a shining hero and a hero figure
is-
for us
is
like,
getting a divorce a strike against your character?
No,
Not
Okay,
in and
so
of
that's
itself.
off the table.
what about
Like,
8
yeah.
divorces?
but
Is that a
but
strike
his,
against your character? Is 8 divorces?
It's
fine?
trying to
last
con-
divorce, his last
How many
divorce
years?
was quite open.
Is
Any-
trying to
anybody-
convert your wife and daughter to a semi pseudo religion, and if not, you completely cut them out of your lives
There
healthy.
you go.
So I would say
There you
that
go.
divorces aren't a strike against anyone's character, whether it's 1 or 8. But that's my
Not the
personal
act
opinion. If y'all
itself.
feel,
Eight
if you feel,
really?
if
motivations
you feel,
behind
if
them.
you feel differently, like I'm talking about, if you have 8 divorces, do you think your motivation's the same in all of them?
No. And
Okay,
that's what
so
we're
then I
saying,
don't
that they're
think that that's an
context
accurate-
dependent. You're trying to
that's
take
what-
the act away from the context. You
No,
can't do that.
I'm starting with a point that then moving to a next one. I'm not just blanketing everything at once. So the divorce isn't the factor that you're referring to. It's why he was divorced. So which divorce do you think is a strike against him? Because you brought up divorce, but you said divorce on a base level isn't the problem. It's the context.
No, I didn't say that.
No,
I'm
Not
saying
you,
that the
Izzy,
man in
not
general.
you,
Okay,
not you, Izzy.
Yeah.
I'm talking to
3
Madam.
times.
So you
times.
said he got divorced 3 times.
Yeah.
But to recap, you said getting a divorce itself isn't the problem. It's the
No, but I mean,
context of the divorce.
He's a repeat offender, though. I mean,
So what's the context that's the problem?
so did Elizabeth Taylor.
He
Yeah,
shot
exactly.
his image. He did it for his image. Instead of using them as real humans, he used them as objects to further his career.
yeah, chess pieces.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
You think Tom Cruise needed any of his wives to further?
Yes, because he looked gay if he didn't have them.
Wow.
Huh? JB, what were you?
What's up,
gonna say?
JB?
What's up,
Oh
Birch?
my God, Justin's here.
Hey, Birch, you know, if you don't got a wife, you're going to be called gay.
I
know that's
mean,
true.
you can be called gay if you have a wife.
What?
That is also true.
And I'm just curious what's wrong with it if you
Tom
are
Cruise.
called gay.
Doesn't matter.
Apparently, to Matt,
I didn't say this
Caroline, it's a strike against your character.
Just saying, like, if you have a
Just
whole
trying
bunch
to
of
insult
sisters, like,
somebody's
that's a red
manhood
flag.
here that will respond to it.
It's just funny. There's literally like,
And I know being gay
Okay,
is not
Mark,
an
think
insult.
about it. Think about it this
Objective.
way.
Tell me
Think about it this way. He said with 3 different ladies, right? He's gonna love them forever.
So back in
Hold
2000,
on, Izzy. Hold on,
And he
Izzy.
changed
Hold on,
his mind.
Izzy. Let her get her point out.
Okay.
Let's
So
go. Marriage 1.
Who does
Mimi
that say?
Rogers. She was better than him.
I can accept 1 or 2 maybe, but 3? Come on.
2.
So
Nicole
what? All right.
Kidman.
So I'm just trying
Hollywood
to
marriages.
man your point here, making sure I understand it properly. So
3. Katie Holmes.
we're going
better
to
than him.
start with the claim that he's an exemplary example of a person in Hollywood, and you say no because he's not because he had 1 failed marriage, not because he had 2, but because 3 failed marriages equals a strike against his character.
Well, that's not it. And
No, that's not Caroline. I'm asking Madam. It was what she said.
I said he's a repeat offender. I mean, some things, if they happen a lot, you have to take that into consideration.
So he
That's
should
super
stay in a
fair.
relationship.
So if you have
if it's-
3 divorces, that's now a
He
strike.
promised 3 different girls he was going to be with them for the rest of their lives, probably.
Now,
right?
is this a strike just against Tom or a strike against both parties who made that same vow?
Well, I don't know all the marriage details.
so
So
you're
we're-
blame the man.
Friendship
Okay.
is-
That's
So we're,
fair.
we're
That's fair.
striking
That
with
does
man's
attract. We're
character
just
while
blaming
admitting
the
we
man.
don't
Got it.
know the details. So that's my point here. When you break down if you actually test your epistemology on any of these claims, that not just you, but they all fall apart. We're just face claims. Like
I think
so-
you're in trouble if you're going to base your love of Tom Cruise on everything you've been fed through the media.
I don't. I base my love of Tom Cruise solely on the performance of his films. But I think it's funny how attacked he gets, and I attack him too. Scientology is crazy. The couch thing is crazy. I don't deny any of that. But when you put this guy up against the vast majority of crazy psychos in Hollywood, they're making the lunatic and Scientology look normal. Is my claim. I don't think he's normal, but I think
who makes
these
it look
days,
normal?
like
I think
Randy
that if you-
Quaid.
I think
Randy
ultimately, at the
John
end of the day,
Travolta.
I don't.
He's crazy.
Labruschi, I'll
know
send
that-
you the
does
link,
he-
buddy.
Does he go around spouting and trying to convert people? I
Nope.
mean, I think it's
Rob.
yeah, that's who he.
Nope.
It's who he is, and I get
Yeah.
it that there's this thing, but I mean, as an actor, given the breadth of what some of these other actors and Hollywood people and celebrities do, is his personal life that out of the norm or that ridiculous that you can't appreciate him for his performances?
All right.
I have
Fair.
a whole
I'm gonna
other
give you
thing
the-
about the controversies of Tom Cruise.
So,
Lady
yeah.
Fantastic had her hand up.
So where I really fucking Tom Cruise just became dead to me.
Mhm.
This is when Brooke Shields talked about her postpartum depression, and then he had the nerve to talk to fucking
You
Matt
don't need
Lauer.
medicine, right?
that
You don't
she
need
didn't
medicine
know
for
what
that.
she was talking about, and that psychology and psychiatry was woo woo, and it was like, okay, well, you're dead to me. You've never suffered from depression before. Fuck
Yes.
you and your little
That was in
Scientology. board.
January 2004 when he openly said, "I think psychiatry should be outlawed."
Yes, I was
Mhm.
22 at that time. Fuck no, 20. Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Actively going
That's-
through fucking depression myself.
I can see where that would make something that you either A, wouldn't be cool on, or you would dislike that element of it. But
Go play your role.
I
Go wrestle
and,
somebody
and,
can do.
and I'm
Fuck
you know,
off.
and again, there's a lot of actors or a lot of
There are that
celebrities that
shouldn't.
that I don't care for them personally. Doesn't and as long as their personal stuff isn't start encroaching stuff to where it's like, okay, like Epstein type shit and stuff that's going on, then I
Kevin
think
Spacey.
it's okay still to sometimes go separate performance
Yeah, sure.
and from personality, right? And go
Look.
like, I don't like you as a person, but I like you as an actor.
Yeah, I think he can perform with the best of them. I think his goal is to stay married for life. But I don't think Scientology's goal is for marriage. I think Scientology's goal is for image maintenance and money making. But like that's it.
I don't know any of that.
Huh?
I don't know anything about the religion other
Scientology's
to care.
Oh, I've watched.
In a
Tom Cruise
post
is
PG
like
world,
a
Tom Cruise doesn't
seem
seem
that
that
bad.
bad, and we're starting to open the
Unfortunately,
envelope now.
See, like-
unfortunately, there's the scale, right? It's
That's
like
what we're not.
Open the
We're not talking about P Diddy.
I'm
We're
just
talking
saying
about
he
Tom
didn't have
Cruise.
any baby
So
oil.
This isn't a reference to necessarily to P Diddy. It's
Yeah,
to the
motor
It's a
oil.
world.
reference to moral relativism.
This is a reference
saying-
to the world, and the P Diddy is a timestamp. It's not a statement on P Diddy. It's a statement on the world.
It's
And
a big black lubed up timestamp that has
But the
GHB on it.
the point I was making, which I said, is in
Squeak,
modern
squeak.
Hollywood, a lot of these folks are making the lunatic from Scientology look normal. Not Scientology look normal, but this guy's looking more level than most people.
But keep in mind, it's still. I
No,
think with
not a-
with the advent of social media and things like that are now more prevalent, where people could say whatever they want in just a matter of seconds, and not
Weird.
and they say what they want
Social media
immediately,
is shit.
right? But back then, I would say before social media was a thing, a lot of people were more quiet about what they were going on through in their lives. But yet, all
we
these people
had
were
was
all
the
going through
Inquirer
something.
and other stuff to tell us what was the
Mhm.
You know,
Sure.
So Ben
One of the
Affleck
thing
was
about
just on.
wait,
Ben Affleck was.
because I have to head out. One of the things I know I could say about Tom Cruise as today is that he has kept himself out of the limelight as far as controversies behind Scientology. So after his last divorce, he has kept himself low profile until a movie comes out or things like that, where he has to do the press junket thing.
He's on the old school press junket. You see him.
Yeah,
at
so
events
he's been
or
doing that, which tells
like
me
it's
that
like he
he's
lives his
learning
life.
from that mistake.
Or it's like he lives his life, and his
So you
life
want a
isn't.
fucking cookie? I mean,
I get it, and I'm with you on that. I could personally care less about the guy's personal life. I love his movies. I've never seen a movie I didn't like Tom Cruise was in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
that's a
don't
fact.
apologize
Him
or
as
try
an
to
actor.
justify
I've seen
any of
movies
his
that he's been in
crazy
and I haven't
antics.
liked them just because they weren't good. But I've seen movies that he's been in that I was very impressed with.
Like
Yeah,
I
as
would
an
say, like,
actor,
he's a great actor. He's
He shocked me
inspirational.
with his
Everybody
range
wants to be
in
like
two
Tom.
roles.
as
The
an
range
actor,
is-
the guy has yet to win an Oscar, and he's owed one sooner or later.
Yeah, he definitely earned.
Maybe
earned an Oscar.
Tobey Maguire was the closest he got to deserving.
Hell
one.
no! Born on the 4th of July,
Nah.
Magnolia.
On the 4th of July for sure.
Magnolia
Tropic
was kind of
Thunder.
good, but
Oh,
Thunder.
yeah.
Grossman.
Good
Tropic
one,
Thunder.
Justin.
No, Downey deserved it.
No, I did not even know that was Tom Cruise until the
Yeah,
end.
Tom
I know.
Come here, just come here.
Stole
Yeah,
Punch
it.
him as hard as you can.
Downey's the more talented, I think, but you can't really control that. Your talent.
I
gotta
think Mark
do that.
is brought up a point like you are like by saying like Tom Cruise is just an awesome person. I think it's just like he's like, true to heart, and I like want to like put him up on a pedestal, right?
Never said any of those things.
What'd you say?
I said he's an exemplary example of a person in Hollywood. He's got no kitty diddling charges. He's got no DUIs. He has
You
no
know
like
of.
Yeah,
checking.
let's give him a cookie. He didn't get
No.
in jail yet. He's
Well,
not in
hey.
jail.
Hey, before you interrupt, he had like it's crazy is make the list of the people that do have those. It's excessive. He has no like public freakouts, none of this stuff. He has none of these crazy cases against him. He just does it, and he performs at like a high rate of these movies. He's keeping the industry like fresh and alive. He's putting himself on the line, like he promotes his own stuff. Again, I'm not saying this is who would babysit my kids. This is who the kind of man I would tell my daughter to go seek out. I'm talking about a Hollywood actor in terms of being a great example of a Hollywood actor. And he is. You'd be hard pressed.
I got one for you.
We should all say he's great because he has not gotten in trouble yet.
Kathy Bates, more talent in her
And for the
finger.
performance
Doesn't
of
get the
what he
nods
brings
that
to the
she
art.
needed.
Look what he brings to the
Yo,
art.
Kathy Bates is Matlock right now, and I love her.
Kathy Bates is
Fucking
a
talent.
national treasure.
She directed Hollywood, the horror film or whatever. That
Yeah, Walton Goggins is.
did a
But
lot.
he's-
I'm glad people are.
But Tom
like,
Cruise is not
finding
the only
him.
one. And look at a lot of these people that do break out, go crazy and stuff like that.
Walton
They're,
Goggins.
they're actually young. If you really look at it, Tom Cruise is in his 60s, man. He comes from an old school mentality.
He comes from 80s Brat Pack films.
Yes, that's true.
But he wasn't part of the Brat Pack. He was never
Because he
part of
wasn't
that.
good enough.
I don't know about he wasn't good enough. I think he was in a different level, kind of like Leo was in the 90s.
I think Leo's a freak and he's on the Diddy tapes.
Probably is.
Dang.
That scene in Django
Okay,
says a lot, doesn't it?
I'm sorry,
It's
Mark.
hard
This,
for
this
me
is
to
my point I
separate
was
the
trying to
passion
make.
from the work.
What is it? Go for it. Go for
Mark,
it.
this is like you think about people, and you want to put them up on a pedestal sometimes when they do great stuff. When they're
His
doing
performance, yes,
His
his performance.
performance level is great, right? And therefore, you think, oh, he must be so good at everything. Then you know,
No,
they must be exemplary character.
Oh, don't meet your heroes.
no.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, in the last 5 minutes alone, I've called him a lunatic. I've said he's crazy.
Does he use slave labor?
I haven't
don't
seen
know if
any.
I would
I haven't
call
seen any
him
slaves in
intelligent.
any of his videos, but he might
Well,
have worn a
watch
pair. He
Eyes
might have
Wide
worn a
Shut,
pair of
you'll see.
Nikes. I don't know. Does he wear Nikes? Does he own a cell phone? Wait, do you
I
have a
just-
cell phone?
This is my point.
I'm willing to
think
bet
about the-
Tom Cruise
the
has a
Schindler,
razor
right?
phone.
The Schindler's List guy, right? He didn't even have like a very good reputation before he did everything.
Oh,
You know,
you're talking about the
saved all
Liam
those people.
Neesons?
Oscar Schindler.
Yeah, Oscar Schindler. And after he had that horrible reputation of doing horrible things, he did really good things. You know, but that doesn't mean like he's a super good person all the way through and through. I don't think anyone is. I think we have to be careful.
Yeah,
when we
again,
put up on
I'm
a
not
pedestal.
arguing. for
No one's entirely
Scientology.
good
I'm
or
saying
entirely evil. You
my
have to capacity
the
for
point
both.
I'm making is, despite these crazy things that Tom Cruise has attached to him, he still stands out as what's looking more like a normal person amongst a sea of psychopaths.
They're all
In Hollywood.
psychopaths in Hollywood. You're crazy if you're there. Hey, were you in Hollywood, Fat Stacks? Yeah.
He's
No.
close.
I'm like 500 miles away, 400 miles away. I was saying it. I love you guys. I love this conversation, but unfortunately, I have to go to work because I'm not here next week, so I have lots of stuff. So hugs and kisses
How do you feel about Tom Cruise?
and make sure you spay and neuter your pet. And
Thank you, Bob Barker.
yeah, exactly, and all that other
$1.
fun stuff. I really don't have a strong opinion about Tom Cruise. To be from is my
Go get one.
position. I don't have anything against him. I like some of his movies. I don't like them all. And that's just me. I mean,
I think
don't-
you're probably normal. I think
Yeah.
I have a passion against him for some reason, and for some reason Mark has a passion
Yeah.
for him, and
It's
we
like
have
the polar
collided.
bear.
and that happens. I mean, there's other actors that I have passions for that I fully recognize are, like I have a passion for Drew Barrymore.
Who am I
That's-
passionate for?
that I will watch just about any schlock she puts out and somewhat like it, just because for some unexplained reason. But beyond, then there's other actors that I could care less about and don't, that might be more popular. So I think we all
Yeah.
have that. You have certain things that actors and actresses that you like or don't dislike for various
I'm
reasons.
waiting for the day for Tom Cruise
can't
to
always
start
explain
drinking tiger blood and smoking crack with hookers.
Yeah,
and stuff.
That made me really like Charlie or whoever his name
Charlie
is.
That
Sheen.
says more about you than it does Tom Cruise.
Isn't
I'm
Charlie
waiting
Sheen the
for the
other Tom
day-
Cruise?
I'm
You
waiting
drink
for the
tiger
day
blood
that
and I'll
Tom
fucking
Cruise
love
calls
you.
the female
Thank
police
you,
officer
Wilbur.
sugar tits.
So the point
Like-
being is that I think we all have sometimes things that you like or dislike that you can't fully explain, or other people are going to disagree with you, and that's fine. We, despite what we may be learning from our politicians, we are allowed to disagree and still get along. It is possible to have a difference of opinion, but
Yeah, you're seeing it
still live in harmony. Believe it or not.
Oh, I'm trying
no.
to rattle
So-
the harmony.
Chaos.
Me and Caroline are here for the chaos.
And those are your final thoughts by Rob
We
Foxsack.
Thunderdome in the backstage after this.
Look,
So-
Mark and I are prepared to tear down the world over a very trivial and non-important issue, as we do every Friday.
And then we'll build it up again just to be
All
able
right.
to tear it down the following
Ready?
week.
To y'all, thwip thwip, and as Justin would say, Smoke.
He did it right. He got it right. Yay! Just in time.
I don't know if it's intelligence that or that Tom Cruise has, or if it's a very intelligent and proficient PR team.
Yes, he is a very
Management
proficient.
team.
PR
It could be that he has a really good PR team. I'll give it that much.
Yeah, he does.
When Scientology values you and you are a high asset to them, you get the treatment, the best treatment.
They say
I
he's
do
like-
believe
think
what
he's their
the things
last
he
asset
said in
as
the
well.
past. I do believe the things he said in the past were enough to get people like Lady said, screw this guy, whatever he does, right? But then after that time frame, I do believe that he did get a set of people, a PR team that says, this is what we're gonna do moving forward. And he's listening to them.
They had to after Katie. After the
After Katie, they have
thing.
to. They're listening to because he has not been in the spotlight with the exception of when a movie pops up where he needs to be in the spotlight.
I think he
Oh my
realized.
gosh,
from
why
that
are we
one-
still talking about this?
Real quick, just for
I don't
just
know,
for
but I
fun,
gotta leave. I
Tommy
gotta leave
Cruise
too,
was
guys.
Nearly
I
15.
want to watch
years
Legend
ago.
again now.
I love
kinda
you guys.
Nearly
Bye,
15 years ago.
I miss
Bye,
you.
Izzy.
Tomorrow, Saturday, Super Jersey, be there. I'll be there. Got a panel.
More Tom Cruise talk.
Definitely.
Why did you make me start talking about this? I don't even fucking
Hold
care.
on, we'll
about him.
change gears. Let's change gears. Harrison Ford, another one that I love. What do you think about Harrison Ford, madam?
I don't know much about him. I just know he's a really good actor.
But he's
And
been married 3 times. That piece of shit.
Whatever, Calista, he was married.
He's been married 3 times. That piece of shit.
Has he? See, maybe not.
I like him,
Wow.
but I don't know. I mean, I
How
think
young
he
is his
was.
wife? What's the age difference there?
He fucked with Carrie Fisher. They were fucking on Star Wars.
I'll look for you.
Sorry.
My thoughts and opinions on Harrison Ford are he can't fly a plane worth shit. Always falling from the sky, that guy.
I didn't kill my wife.
The Fugitive. I really enjoyed The Fugitive with him.
Yo, is he married to Clarissa Flockhart?
Yes, he is.
Yes. The
For
fucking
quite
dancing
some time.
baby
And
bitch.
how old is she?
22-year difference.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry. So when he was 22, she was just getting conceived.
She was a dancing baby.
Yeah, but
Well, now look how
she was
look how
nothing
look
but a
how
sperm and
small,
an egg.
now look how small that gap sounds when you put it this way. She's 60 years old right now,
how old were they when they
and
met?
he's 82. So that's like let them enjoy their Ensure drinks
60,
together
40?
already.
60,
How old
40?
were they when they met?
Yeah, how
Like,
old
it's
are they
not-
when they met?
No,
60, 40?
Harrison Ford is 82.
But how old was he when they met? How long have they been
Yeah.
together?
Oh, they've been together since 2010.
So 15 years. So
She
65.
was 45. She was 45 and he was 67.
60.
But he's young for his age. You know, the guy's active, crashing planes and performing in action movies somehow.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh about people crashing planes.
George says Ford is still doing sequels to pay for his FFA fines for crashing planes. Good morning, by the way, George. How are you today?
Hi,
man?
George.
So I think that Harrison Ford has a
Harrison
pretty
stole her from
healthy
Ellen.
attitude.
That's true.
Harrison stole her from dude. I think Ellen is not good. You want to talk about somebody who I was like, wow, she's a terrible person.
Yes.
Why?
She's fucking evil.
There's you
She's
really
dude.
you really can't get into it and unpack the stuff that's attached to that woman with like how deep some of this stuff goes.
There's a
like,
lot of mean in her.
Well, not just that, how deep some of this stuff goes, people would just think you're talking crazy and you'd have to sit there and unload like years worth of stuff on them for them to even start to get the context of why the actual stuff against her has weight to it. But Ellen DeGeneres is probably the most evil people that ever existed in Hollywood on a scale that I've never seen.
I mean, I wouldn't say she's Epstein
trying to
evil,
prison.
but she's
I
not
would.
nice.
Like
I don't-
obviously Epstein evil, obviously like in the circles with those people, like she's charter member.
Wow.
You think she's Wait, you know what? You may
1000%.
be right. You may be
One
right
of the
because I
easiest
think she's
people
got
to-
Diddy issues.
One
I
of
think
the
she's got
easiest
Diddy
people in the world to tie to Epstein, to Diddy, like
Diddy.
like
No, you're.
us,
I mean,
just
I
a
didn't know the
commoner.
Epstein, but I know for sure she's linked
Yeah.
to Diddy, and
Well,
Diddy
just
and
from a
Epstein. are
commoner standpoint, what we have access to from things that have leaked over the years and this and that gets ripped off the internet that still exists in like little weird
These
places.
people are free.
She's been one of
people are
like
freaks.
the easiest. It's wild.
They're
But,
gonna stick it in anything and everything they can. These Hollywood folk.
And Wellbore's comment reminds me. Do you know who the actual, like, for Madam's sake here? Let's try to bring it down to an agreed upon point. The actual actor who goes on the pillar, exemplary, professional, and I would go as far as say probably in real life as well. The model actor that we wish all of them were like. Who do you think it could possibly be? If you had to pick somebody, like, man, I wish all of Hollywood was like this person, the world might be a little better. And your clue is this made me think of this actor. That one I'm thinking of is not a carpenter, but it. Morgan Freeman's a fantastic guest, and he's definitely up there.
Is he?
Tom Hanks, that's funny. Tom, like it.
Morgan Freeman, I thought was sexually talking to
Tom
somebody,
Hanks
one
is
of the
like
reporters or
like
something.
another one of those confirmed, like the easily confirmed, which breaks my heart. But Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, I love Daniel Day.
Daniel Day-Lewis is probably the best of the best performance-wise. And when it comes to Hollywood, he doesn't participate. He doesn't like what he sees there. He shows up for stuff he's obligated to. He doesn't come to award stuff. He got money, and he moved, what was it, to Italy to be a
He's British. I don't know if he's ever had home in Hollywood.
No, I don't think he
no, like what is
He's
it?
British.
What is a shoemaker called? A cobbler. He
Cobbler?
literally got money and went to Italy or somewhere, and he opened up a cobbling shop because he just enjoys the craft, you know. And then people will send him scripts, and he'll read them and just.
But see,
thank you,
he's
but not
enjoying
interested.
I thought he said he was done acting.
Every
My
now
left
and then,
foot. Check
he'll
out
just-
that movie.
he'll bounce back in. You know, he'll bounce back in and just.
But see, I think that
do
there are a
work.
lot more like that than we realize, and we just don't know it.
Tom Holland's one of them. Like, he's already like not a fan of Hollywood. He talked out. He's like, "It's not my scene. I don't like it. I love acting, but I don't want to go hang out at these parties and these things." And I got a lot of respect for that kid for that outlook on life at that early age. It's easy to get swept up in all that, I'm sure, but
You know who
it
I
seems
wonder
like
about?
he's not getting swept up.
I wonder about Jim Carrey because he said weird things about Hollywood, and I don't know if it's like, is he part of the weird, or is he like completely rejecting the weird and trying to say something, but he kind of wants that shit from it. I don't know.
What did he talk about when he came out and openly called for further studies into vaccine? And then he got. Remember when he did that?
He was dating Jenny McCarthy at the time.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
God.
were early.
He has an autistic son and
They
thinks
were
that
early
dumb.
whistleblowers on calling that out.
Yeah, but that's because she's getting pussy. But I'm just talking about now.
It's undefeated. Pussy's undefeated.
Pussy is undefeated. What do you think?
Makes the world go round.
It's the only reason y'all do
we
anything.
don't need that truth serum. We got a bucket over here. It's full of pussy. We'll get whatever we need. But yeah, he was they were not fans of that. Not fans. I was going to need the tea on Ellen, man. It's so easy to you're just gonna have to go check it out.
I mean,
Ellen-
wasn't her show supposed to be like the most toxic workplace because everyone was so
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't look her in the eye and shit.
Yeah,
You'd be like,
yeah. She had definitely gotten, because of her out of show antics and the crowd she ran with and the shoulder she rubbed with, she felt like an untouchable individual who could do anything, and she acted like it.
And there's others that act that way too, you know.
Yeah. For different reasons, for sure. Bill Cosby's a good example of it, like that control thing. Like no need to do what he did the way he did. When you're status, when you're that status, like it's not like you
can get it, but it's not about getting it.
Yeah, it's about the control.
It's about taking it. Yeah, because some people, that's like the only reason they can get their jollies is that they have to know that they're like being
doing something bad or.
All right, George, have a good one, homie. Everyone, don't forget he's doing a May the 4th be with you special
Yeah,
3
May
p.m.
the
next
4th.
Sunday.
Really fantastic. Are you gonna do that with me?
sure,
Oh,
sure,
shit.
I'm free.
Someone throw
All
a
right.
Ricola.
George, Lady Fantastic's coming.
I don't know shit about Star Wars.
Yeah, but
Perfect
she's
place for
smart
you. They
and
need
she's
someone
gonna
there to ask
like,
questions.
educated guesses. and shit.
Okay. What's a Jedi?
It's
Can
a,
you
it's a
marry
bitty,
a
it's a bitty, it's a
tauntaun?
bitty Jesuit with a shiny stick.
Is Senator Palpatine hot?
What's up, Jeff? JB, what are you working on today?
I just got a list of stuff that got sent in, so it's gonna be a busy day.
Different titles or one title with a list of
Shit, I gotta
demands
let
on
my
how
cat
much they
in.
want you to finish by today?
So first, what I should be working on is I got edits for Goobers number 3.
Fuck is
I
that?
should probably do that. I should probably be working on that. Yeah.
Goobers?
Goobers. It's a book by Vault. They put out I think they put out the first one, and then I think the rest are going to trade. I'm not really sure what their release schedule is. It's written by Cody Ziegler. Is it Cody or Corey?
I don't know.
I think he's writing Miles, the Miles book. I think I could be wrong.
Not for long.
Justin,
The book got canceled, which is bumming a lot of people out because it's a lot of Spider-Man fans' favorite Spider-Man title that's been out consistently good for a long time. Oh no, that's Spider-Boy they're canceling. I'm sorry. Spider-Boy.
and
Yeah,
then I
Miles
gotta
is
finish
always
up-
getting high reviews from people that pull it.
I'm pulling it. I just don't read it.
Justin, your beard looks amazing today. It's like well coiffed. You have like separated like color stripes in it. It's like nicely shaped.
Well, it'd be cool if you shaved all of it except the gray.
He would look like Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul,
Ra's
yeah.
al Ghul, Fu
Fredo.
Manchu.
Yeah.
You know what I got stuck in my head right now?
Uh-oh.
And I would do anything
No.
for love.
Reload,
I
no.
won't do that.
that.
Oh no, no, I won't do anything for love.
Justin, do you have any books coming out on Free Comic Book Day?
No.
I think I do. I think I'm. There's a book coming out from Paper Cuts, the Mad Cave imprint. Hero Bear and the Kid.
Oh, nice. Paper Cuts is under Mad Cave now?
Yeah, Mad Cave bought Paper Cuts.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm only familiar with them because I'm a Power Ranger fan. And back in the day, before there was even an ongoing Power Ranger title in the 90s, Paper Cuts did like a special one-shot for Power Rangers that I had to chase down back in the day.
Then they were on like Malibu or Harris or something. Like
Hamilton started. Hamilton
Hamilton.
Comics started Power Rangers.
Hamilton. There you go.
But there was a couple little special things out along the way. And
Marvel
Paper Cuts
has
did
a
free
Power
comic
Rangers
book day book.
movie comic. Like there's
Mhm.
a one-shot comic, but it's hard
Yeah,
to
with
find.
2 separate covers. I got both of them.
Do you for the Marvel?
Yeah.
Because I seen the black one, the black
Yeah, they're
cover.
both all black. Just one of them has like just like the little side shot helmets, and the
Yeah.
other one has like the actual comic drawings popping out, coming at you.
Yeah, I think I've seen the second one. I'm not sure if I've seen the side helmet one.
Mhm. It was kind of like their movie logo over for the poster, where they're all just in a line next to each other, but profiled, so you don't have to do the whole helmet. You can kind of just like silhouette the shape of them in each color. It's a really awesome image. Like concept wise, it's really cool.
My brother was really into Tommy the Green Ranger, and then he
Cute.
turned to a White Ranger. We had that fucking little toodle doot doot thing.
Shout out to the Toodle Loop Doop Doop thing.
Yeah, there you go. And he would put it on his little belt and twist it, and something magic happened. I don't know. Power Rangers.
That's where he lost the plot right there.
And I'm waiting for someone to make the easy joke that usually something magical does happen when you twist it.
Oh,
Oh,
like
wow.
Wiener.
I'm here for the highbrow comedy.
And lettering.
I'm forced to be here for the lettering.
But you stay for the compliments.
But you know, how did you get
You
forced
okay?
into that at the tender age of 9? How did that start?
Well,
served-
That was the helmet shot.
You know,
I've never seen
I
that
am
one.
only 27 years old. I have just aged terribly.
You're only 27 and just aged terribly. Okay. Got it. I don't believe you.
You know what else aged terribly and it hasn't even come out yet is this.
Jeez. Dude, Shala Ball. Shala Ball, y'all.
Did they run this through some like trial audiences first or something?
I don't believe so.
Shala Ball's got PMS and the world's gonna find out.
Wait,
Fantastic Four.
Can you put it back?
Tampon Wars.
She's got nipples too, I think, on there.
No
right?
nipples. We're lacking nipples.
There's nipples.
If
I'm
there was
focusing
nipples,
on her
we'd be in a
eyes.
better
There
position.
is nipples. Look at that.
There's not.
I'm looking right now.
You're going to be really sad when you find out there's no nipples. We should add nipples to all these photos.
Oh man, that one looked like that. Yeah, that's. I think I saw that. That's when she gets thrown into that molten pit of liquid steel and melts.
Yeah, it was the only way they could get rid of her.
Yeah.
So it's Terminator.
That's what it looks
You're
like.
Is this Terminator or is this fucking what is this?
That's
What
the
are we
Silver
doing here?
Surfer.
That's the iconic.
That's
Set your screen
That's
in.
Shala Ball.
It's all
Yeah,
ball.
more red. I
And
need
here's
more red.
100% of her comic appearances in one picture.
So they got a lot to work with.
They can just make it up as they go.
Well, that's what they like to do. Shala Ball finds her
Shala
makeup kit on planet Earth. Sorry, I'm such a dick.
I just think they're going to lean into like Norrin Rad had like that protective nature over Sue Storm, because they thought about his wife back.
Is
home
she going to
kind
be
of
like
thing.
this with Ben or Tor?
No. I think that she's going to have the connective tissue with Sue Storm because Sue's pregnant. It's going to they're going to bond over motherhood and defeat Galactus with feminism power, which is like on face. There's nothing wrong with like that concept, but because it's kind of a lazy trope at this point, it's just. Let's see how they do it, but it got a lot of room to.
Dude,
drop
I've
the
seen
ball.
Wonder Woman 84. I know what
They got
trying
a
to
lot
love
of room
everybody
to drop the
is. Like,
ball
I'm
doing a
done.
lazy trope. You know what I mean? Wonder Woman 84 is a great example of a victim.
I mean,
of
I
lazy
don't think it's a
tropism.
lazy trope, but I think it's got
Care
its own
Bear
place.
stare.
It's just like, dude, I'm all about a Care Bear stare, but like, come on, this is Marvel, y'all.
I'd rather have a Care Bear stare. I'd be honest with you, the only thing Marvel is moving the needle for me this year.
I'm
is
a female, but
Thunderbolts.
what is above my head? Silver Surfer, the dude, not the bitch.
People
OG
wanna know.
Herald of Galactus, not the bitch.
People get angry when you mess around with their icons.
When you mess with their fandoms, she's coming for the
they're-
throat.
Don't fuck with
That's a
Carol
thing.
Danvers. She's the badass. She's gonna kick your ass. I'm sorry if you don't like her, but this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Where's my Norrin Rad? I'm angry. Whatever. We'll
It's going to be
see.
interesting. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to give it a fair shot.
Yeah.
I'll be
I'll
honest
watch
with you. I really just don't. There's so much I don't care about anymore with Marvel. Like it just like the I'm not
I
invested.
mean, I know that feeling.
I'm not invested at all anymore. Like I'm curious over anything. Like I'm more curious than any other emotion when it comes to these things. And you still kind of you want to see it because you want to be able to talk about it with your buddies. That's the most enjoyable part anymore. Is whether it's good, bad, or somewhere in the middle. You don't want to not be able to be part of the conversation because you didn't see it.
I'm
And
invested in. I am somewhat invested in seeing this be a decent story. I'm invested in good stories. And so, in as much as I know that Marvel is capable of producing movies that have good scripts, yeah, I'm invested. I'd love to see that.
I think
Am
their
I-
scripts are only as strong as their AI tool.
I disagree. I think,
fair. But I watched Daredevil. Did you watch Daredevil?
mm-mm.
Okay, so you should watch that. Then we can have that conversation.
Was there AI in it that makes it really terrible?
No, I was saying this. They got like Chat GPT writing scripts for them. It's just
Oh.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
I don't know that. I'm just making a jab at them, but it was bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want. Why would you want?
Curiosity is plaid on the lantern spectrum. That's funny. Yeah. It would be, wouldn't it? Good morning to Ruby G. Good to see you in here, homie.
Yeah, I mean,
They did announce it.
just like I'm invested in
for
seeing a good. I'm invested in seeing a good Batman or a good Superman movie. Like
So I don't want to see a bad anything, right?
Right, but I mean, in as much as I want to see Marvel succeed, even though I'm not a massive DC fan, I don't want to see bad DC movies because I enjoy seeing the good ones.
I don't want to see bad Marvel movies, and I want to see them succeed. But that's proven at this point. For them to succeed, they gotta do better than what they're doing now. Whether you like what they're doing now, you don't like what they're doing now. No matter how you feel about it, they still have to do better than what
It's
they've
not
been
about
doing.
agendas. It's about good storytelling. It's about cohesive storytelling. I know you want to pander to this and that and the other, but like that's secondary to the story. Focus if you can't lose sight of the story. And if it's bad storytelling, then nobody's going to relate to it. And I don't care like what kind of like trope you use in it.
Yeah. And Rob was on here before we went live. He was showing me a book, and he's got one behind him from.
Was it the Karma Sutra?
No, it was the Green Arrow, Green Lantern cover with Roy with the thingy in his arm, the drug addiction story.
Yeah, the heroin.
And I point to that Green Arrow, Green Lantern run often as the example because he introduced John Stewart in a controversial story where a black person was becoming a superhero, and at the time that was new. That was considered like then he wrote a story highlighting it in a way that was controversial to write a story on equality, which everyone across the board loved. John Stewart's like, for many people, the primary Green Lantern because they grew up with the JLA cartoon where he was the team member, and he's still like, regardless of who anyone's favorite is, he's in the top 3 kind of thing almost. You got Hal, Kyle, and John are like the 3 most notable Green Lanterns. And then they also did the Junkie story in there, but they did a lot of culturally important stories that you don't go back and look at them and call them woke, or you don't call them agenda pushing. They took a universal truth, they took a universal concept and value, and they unpacked it. They didn't tell you anything. They showed you a scenario, and you came away, and the vast majority, I mean the overwhelming majority of readers came away with
they addressed issues like addiction, issues like bias or racism or otherism, and they took issues like broken homes or like.
Well, it's whatever. The quality of writing that makes a difference, because these ideas are always present in comics.
They're universal, though. They take stories where everybody's had them.
Politics are always present in comics, but it's the way that.
Well, humans are political creatures.
There's a difference between telling someone how you're going to feel when you read this versus telling a story and leave you feeling a type of way. That's what the bad writers can't do. They have to.
I think tell you. And trying to emphasize certain points, or emphasize these are the values that we as a society hold dear, and these are values that we do not, or these are things we approve of, these are things we do not approve of, and you do that by creating a good story around it. Just we don't divide people just because they look different or they have mutant powers and things like shit like that.
A joke loses its appeal when it goes over someone's head and you have to explain it to them.
No, tell me.
Exactly. So it's the same thing with good writers. If you have messaging in your story, you can't explain it to the reader. You can't tell the reader. Your story has to
force feed it.
Yeah, your story has to present it, not being told. So if you're telling people, whether it's a movie or something else, if you're literally telling people, you've lost the plot. You shouldn't be getting paid to do your job right now. You should go back to class on it.
But if they're feeling it, if they're in the shoes of one of the individuals feeling these things,
you've done your job.
Yes, but you've got to make it universally relatable, which is not easy. So you have to pull upon those strings that we all share. It's an art.
Yeah, and that's why it's a profession. Not everybody can do it. Not on the same level.
No. Feige sure shit did a great job with the In War, or is it not Infinity?
Endgame?
Whatever, Endgame.
Oh, the Infinity Saga. Yeah, like I think. I mean, hindsight is 2020.
Infinity War
People-
Endgame. I called it.
People
In
used to say the whole "in Feige we trust" kind of thing, like blah blah blah.
They're not
But it
perfect.
wasn't just him. We discovered, once it was too late, it was
Oh
Ike
boy, first guy.
Ike Perlmetal and Kevin Feige were a
But-
duo through all of that stuff. He was just the quiet guy, kind
Who
of
was
like Peter
MCU
Stafford.
guy, the Iron Man guy that was in Iron Man, who replaced
How about John Favreau?
Favreau. That guy. He was
Yeah,
an
well,
important.
Well, I'm saying like in terms of like the people who are calling the shots, the ultimate
Now?
shot caller, like Kevin Feige has been from the beginning. He wasn't always a solo act.
No.
Disney fired Ike, and when they did, that's actually when you can draw a hard line in the sand. That's when the change happened. So right now at DC, the equivalent
change?
you have James Gunn. Like that's when like everyone started like questioning the quality of stuff, and you started seeing the heavy messaging, and they had that goal of shifting it to, they wanted like, what's his name? Feige wanted it to go 50% female. Like he said that in an interview, we're going to be shifting this to 50% female to appeal to the other half of our audience, when it's not a 50-50 split in the audience. But there's just a lot of shifts in it post Endgame, and that's like, you can draw the line in the sand at Ike, who was giving pushback on stuff, and they didn't want him there.
Let me tell
anymore.
you something that's interesting about workplace dynamics. The best workplace and labs that I've been in have been about 50-50. Because it's like, it's not too much testosterone. It's not too much bitchiness. It's just like, it's chill. I like it. I like a 50-50. I need dudes around, but I don't need like a sausage factory. I need chicks around, but I don't need like a cluck hen nest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that dynamic, I can see that.
Dude,
I
bitches?
don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You work
And
alone.
where
No, but
I work, it definitely helps to have a variety as well, because you need
diversity is the power.
Depends on what kind of diversity you're looking for. Because the only thing
experiential diversity, because
I'm looking for gender diversity where I work, because I need the natural compassion that comes with the females.
Necessarily experiential diversity.
And then I need the natural strength over females that comes with the males to go lift the heavier dogs so they don't have to, and to go wrestle back the big dog so you don't have to send a 90-pound 18-year-old girl in a room with a dog that outweighs and outpowers her.
Yeah.
So
that's experiential, and that's physical diversity. Right?
Physical diversity
right?
where I work.
That's your skill set, and what you're capable of doing necessarily changes. So while a female who's 90 pounds might not necessarily be able to haul the dog food back and forth or whatever, she might be able to have delicate hands in handling the little toy dogs and like
exactly
their shit, whatever.
Well, I need the girls to go out on the yard, and like where the guys will just sit there and be like, all right, what can I do? Like you can go haul that 52-pound bag of dog food, or get that 30-pound dog off the top, so that 90-pound girl doesn't have to do it, because you're 200 pounds and there's a massive ratio difference between that dog and you and that dog and her.
Yep. Same. I mean, like, I ain't proud that I have to ask dudes to like hand me shit from the top like shelf and shit, but they come in handy, dude. Like,
they can make do if they have to, but it makes for an easier 11-hour shift if we can all play to our strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly. Teamwork makes the dream work.
By the end of the day, you feel a lot better.
That's one thing I enjoy, is being in a work environment where everybody like they're happy to put pitch in. I've been in a lot of different work environments, so it's interesting,
But when how this translates over to like back to the entertainment stuff, like when it comes to making movies or writing books, like you don't necessarily front end your diversity in that aspect, right? Because what you're playing to is an audience, and your audience you don't necessarily choose. You can aim right for something, but it's one of those things you don't know till after the fact. I write a story, I make a movie. Who did it attract? What did my piece of artwork attract? And you can look at it after the fact, right?
I think sometimes it's definitely in someone's mind before they begin the story, and then sometimes it's not, because some stories
you can aim for it when you're writing it, but
like look at Margaret Atwood. Margaret
Yeah.
Atwood ain't writing Conan for dudes. She's writing about chicks for chicks. You know what I'm saying?
But that's my point. You can aim for an audience, but ultimately your product is going to speak to that audience or miss that audience. It's going to,
and maybe even appeal to a broader audience who can
and like
understand.
and then taking that back to the MCU thing, it attracted an audience. It got the audience. It had a huge draw. So now you have what's called a demographic. You've established a demographic for your franchise. And then when you greatly shift your goals at the front end, we're going to change what we're aiming to do on the front end. You're now missing the target on a huge part of your demographic well into your franchise. You've been doing it for a decade now, and you do a front end shift, and then you start getting mad at your demographic and calling them names and blaming them for the negative feedback. And that's what I believe is exactly what happened with the MCU. You had them openly and publicly say our goal now is to shift it to something different, and then when it had a large rejection from people, they started calling people names and saying that their audience is the problem and this and that. And that just kind of like was pouring gasoline on a fire in an internet age when people, they want that kind of smoke. You know, now I can make an article. Now I can talk about it. Now we can feel empowered together. And, you know, now we're the underdogs going for the big company.
I mean, sometimes, like for me, I was a girl. I loved comics. I just wanted a girl superhero I could relate to. You know, that's all I wanted. And that's why I loved Kitty Pryde. And that's why I loved Jean Grey. And that's why I loved, you know, Rogue. And that's why.
Like how you've gotten into Wonder Woman in more recent years.
I do. So, you know, now that I'm older and like, look, I've collected about as much Marvel as I care to. So now I got to expand because, like, it's not the only shit that's good.
And I'm found a cool little pocket too in the bronze, is it?
Yeah, I'm like a big. I like a Bronze Age shit. I like my bronze, but like I've been, you know, I've been getting into more DC shit, and some Lois Lane stuff and Wonder Woman stuff has really been fun for me. And it's just like, you know, yeah, chicks are around and they like shit too. You know, I'm not saying it all has to be chicks. I think mostly dudes that read this stuff, but it is nice to identify on a more personal level with the character and to have little girls say, look, there's Superwoman, or, you know, that's, you know, Wonder Woman. And I could be tough like her, like Diana, you know, it's just.
I think especially when you get to the Bronze Age of comic books, I think that they had greatly paid attention to the market, tested it over the years just by naturally putting out stuff, and that the comic books reflected very accurately the demographic of the comic book readers. Because once you hit the Bronze Age, like you point out, you have Wonder Woman has her own book. You have Supergirl has her own book. You can find Sue Storm like as the powerhouse of the Fantastic Four.
And in Bronze Age too, you start getting things like Master of Kung Fu, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, different
the introduction of John Stewart.
You know, different ethnicities.
Now is there like this 50-50 split between white characters, black characters, male characters, female? No, but does the actual books on the shelf represent accurately the demographic of shoppers?
It integrates diversity as a reflection of society. So it's saying, hey, these are the people that buy our shit. This is the society we live in. Let's create content for them. I mean, Marvel had to recognize, you know how many people bought their romance comics and Marvel and DC and how heavily they were relied upon. And so it was an established demographic.
The Superman creator, hell, even Kirby worked on romance books back in the day.
Yeah.
But I think that's one thing that they might be missing the mark. Like a firm believer in that. That's how comics should be, very reflective. I don't think comics need to be reflective from when you're trying to market and sell them. I don't think from that angle they should be reflective of society at all. They should be reflective of the demographic of comic book readers, which is going to be a version of reflective of society, but more specific to your industry itself.
Comics were propaganda at first, dude. It was World War II propaganda. So it was definitely reflecting what was going on in society.
But No, I don't mean, I'm not talking about like the story. I'm talking about when you're trying to target your demographic of shoppers specifically. Like, I think they might be trying to
You
reflect
cater to their tastes.
Yeah, I think they're trying to reflect it on a general society level, which might be too broad. They need to do better at refining it to reflective of the shoppers, like the actual comic book industry.
Young males primarily comprise the Cape Stories demographic. Like it's just what it is. You know, kids and but generally they're mostly male.
Like, because if you go back to the 60s where they were really kind of
Just
spot
like-
on, and you made comics more reflective of a general society, when you're again targeting your money, you're targeting your shoppers, because that's ultimately who, like, that's what you have to do. We're aiming for wallets. The millions of people that are going to the baseball games that aren't buying comics mean nothing to them. They shouldn't mean nothing.
Certain genres like cater to specific like genders. Like with action and stuff, you're gonna have dudes. With romance, you're gonna have more chicks. But like comics can encompass all of them and make their money. Like it's
Yeah,
just
they just need to do a little bit better job of refining right now, I think.
Yeah. Well, Marvel's ass right now. DC's the only reason comics are good right now, and nobody's going to the comic shops to buy DC, and I don't know why. But
false. In the last 3 weeks, well, just in the last 3 weeks, it shifted finally.
Really? Because I heard
DC dominates the top 10 list for like the last month solid. They're crushing it because the Absolute line.
Yeah,
and we're up to 6 books in the Absolute line now, and it's people are going in droves to get them, selling hundreds of thousands of copies each issue. It's wild.
So my buddies at the comic, like I'm good buddies with my LCS dudes, and because I go in there every week, and like I'm like, dude, DC's been crushing it. He's like, I know, dude. He's like, but the thing is that nobody fucking comes here for DC. He's like, only if Marvel writers are doing well does our shop make any fucking money. So he's like, we got to get Marvel to start writing it again, or we're not going to get people to come in and spend their fucking money.
Here's a crazy idea. Why don't they start aiming to get people on DC? Because that's I'm not saying that's an exclusive problem for their shop, but the sales numbers show that that's not the problem across the board. DC's outselling Marvel.
They are
right now,
and it shows it in there. And well, he's admitting it by saying DC's good and it's what's selling, but it's not. It's like people still aren't coming in.
In sales, you're supposed to be pushing. You're supposed to be pushing sales. Like, he can do something as simple. And here's just an idea off the top. Something as simple as going to the ICV2 website and printing the top 10 comics of the week. You can print that out and put it in just a little display. Top 10 selling comics of the week, and have that like by the register for people to see what everyone's buying, not just what people they know are buying or in their pocket, but what are comic book fans everywhere into right now. Absolutely.
This place, to be fair, it's like not just a comic shop. It's like got tons of old like vinyl and CDs and like videos. Like it's
he's got a different customer base.
Yeah, but like it is really half of it is focused.
What's his social media footprint look like?
Not that strong. They need to.
So
this
is a this guy problem.
Well, no, I mean they're just. I love them. I can't get mad at them. They're just very mom and pop.
Yeah, dude, that's perfectly fine. Nothing.
This Kingdom of Nerds. This Kingdom of Nerds.
The problem is a lot of shop owners haven't read recent books and still have this hatred for DC for some reason. Yeah, there's a weird ebbs and flows, man, and I still think it's like the
young guy was telling me this shit because he reads DC, but the older guys, they don't even know DC.
Think of how many people are into comics in the last 15 years because their introduction through the MCU. A lot of people just haven't had what a modern day reason, I guess, to dive into stuff. I wonder how much will shift with the Superman movie. It really has a lot riding on it. If it hits, I'd be interested to see. I know a lot of new people will come to this channel, which is, this channel is very DC forward. I have the DC Day live stream. I have Madam laughing. She's like, have you ever said a more obvious thing, Mark? Yeah. But I've gotten a lot of new faces and new names since the Superman stuff.
Yeah.
Comics are too effing expensive. That's another thing. Yeah, to really expand just on a whim. People go in with a budget.
Do you want to, Cliff, when we go to Charlotte, do you want to rob a bank with me so we can have some comic money?
Well,
she said jokingly.
Just so you know,
charm them out of their money. No force.
Charm them.
Charlotte
Like
is.
Sheila. You just use the
Charlotte-
charm of Grayskull.
Charlotte is the financial capital of the East Coast.
That's what I'm trying to make some money.
Just saying.
There's a lot of corners in Charlotte, Caroline. You'll be
I
fine.
will work them hard for a comic.
Ah,
I will gladly pay you for a comic on Tuesday. I don't know, dude.
JB, what day are you coming in for Heroes? Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
I think that's what I'm gonna come in. I think because I'm taking off Thursday, Friday, and Monday off work.
And I'm coming from Myrtle Beach this year. So
You just driving then?
yeah, I drive regardless. So yeah, it's only a 4-hour drive for me this year.
Myrtle Beach.
That's not bad at all.
So mine's 6 hours and 45-minute drive.
That's
But
nothing.
shut up, dude, because it's like a 45-hour. It's like an hour, 15-minute, hour. Yeah, it's like an hour flight, and it's like, dude, 6 hours and 45 minutes is a lot.
yeah.
But
Are you
yourself.
riding with any? Aren't you riding with Unruly?
Mm-mm.
Who are you coming
Really's
down with?
not going.
Oh, I thought
I'm
Unruly
going.
was-
I'm rooming with Madam and Christina, but they're flying from different states than I am.
Yep. Listen, if I can drive from northern West Virginia, so think Pittsburgh, to Huntsville, Alabama, you'll be fine.
Are you going to Huntsville for?
Not
This
this
year?
year.
What does that have to do with me? I mean, dude, I used to drive from Baton Rouge to Nashville
See,
when it was
you
at
got
home
this.
all the time. I know, but I don't. But see, that's when I was stupid and young and didn't give a fuck and broke. And now it's like I'm kind of fucking spoiled, dude. I kind of don't like
Okay,
being on the road
let-
for a minute.
Let's put we'll put some perspective on this. Okay, how much would it cost for you to fly?
It would be, so I think I could get it for free.
Yeah. See?
Oh well, shit. Why
there
are
you go. There
why
goes
are
your
you driving?
argument.
I mean, I was gonna say like, if it's cheaper to drive, do that so you have more money to spend at the con. But
Oh,
if
thank you.
flying is free, then you should be doing that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna try to fly. The only thing is, it's like it'll be free, but I'll have to go Nashville to Atlanta, Atlanta to Charlotte. But like, I don't give a fuck if it's free.
But it's
So it takes me-
free.
Yeah, it takes me 3 hours instead of 1. Okay.
Oh, I had no idea Burke was even
So-
coming this year.
Yeah, this is a new revelation in the past couple of weeks. The stars are kind of really aligning, and big credit to his family and support team really for being really cool and everything.
Our Lord and Savior Zeus.
I mean, I think there's enough stuff around the convention center for the family to do if they don't want to go to the convention.
Yeah, there's a THCA shop right around the corner for the kids.
Provided you enjoy the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Just saying.
And tobacco.
You have a direct flight from Kansas City to Charlotte. It's a pretty good deal.
KC to Charlotte. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna actually try and get those flights booked this weekend.
So the only downfall of flying will be that you're limited on how much you can buy, unless you
You
plan
can
on
always
shipping
send
it back.
stuff back if you want, right? Just mail it.
I don't want or plan on not going to batshit, but like I don't know what could happen because I've never been to Heroes Con. What is something great? This is what I want to do is I'm going to pack very light, and basically that differential in space that is very light packing is going to be taken up by books.
There you go.
But like I'm not being fancy. Fly there, rent a car back so you have cargo space. We'll gather at a certain place at Heroes Con. We'll never tell you, buddy. Wouldn't you like to know?
There's so many people going, and the affiliated hotel to the convention is the Westin. Others might have convention rates, but the Westin is literally adjoined to the convention center. It has a walkover bridge from the Westin to the convention center.
Yeah.
a lot of the creators that are there stay at the Westin. A lot of time is spent at the Westin because they hold convention events in the conference rooms at the Westin and stuff.
We'll be around there.
The Saturday night art auction, which anybody who thinks, yeah, I might be interested. No, it's literally the place to be on Saturday night. They got like the bar in there. It's the place to be. It's absolutely an event. It's awesome. It's not highbrow. It's chill. It's wild. It's fun. And the restaurant at the Westin is like the most convenient place, period. So most people are going to just be all over. People will be all over the place, but the Westin is like the most centralized location outside of the convention.
Is Chris Claremont going to be here this year?
Yeah, well, I'll be having breakfast with him.
No, I gotta
I
go.
just be at a table near him.
I want to go. If I do, I'll fucking faint. I'll fucking faint. This dude's my hero. This motherfucker's my hero. I should bring my God Loves Man Kills since I had it since I forever. That man's my fucking hero. I love you, Chris Claremont, and I love you, Wheezy. You edited his stuff for him, you hard ass, badass bitch, Wheezy Simonson. I love you guys. Your family.
Now tell us what it is that gave you that passion and love for this creator. What brought you
the feeling of, so what he did for me was the characters were very flawed and very human and very easily to identify with. Like Kitty Pryde, man, she was very unsure of herself. She was going through all these weird changes. She couldn't tell her family about this shit. She didn't know what to do. She felt lost. And there are these very identifiable feelings that she went through. And then she got taken in by a group of other people that were like her, but said, look, we have experienced these same things. We're going to take you in. It felt like a family, dude. So it wasn't just that they had these remarkable powers and could do these remarkable superhuman things, is that they were also very much so human and very much so hurt in their own ways and in vulnerable ways that we can understand and identify with. And by seeing that through these vulnerabilities, I too can recognize that I'm like these people. Then perhaps in times where I need to rise above and be better than maybe my normal self, I too, through different actions, can be superhuman in the sense of like doing the right thing. While I might not be able to shoot laser beams through my eyes, I certainly can stand up for somebody that's being picked on. I certainly can help someone that's, fallen down. I can be a force for good. I can be a force for good. And that's what that's all.
Have you become that force for good?
No, I'm evil. I'm wicked.
Reading all these comic books taught you anything?
I have scales and a Satan tail. No, I try to,
make sure you I don't know if you're like an existing channel with a secondary account or if this is your only account, but make sure you come by the Comics Curing Cancer booth and check out the stuff. We got a lot of effort and stuff going into the event this year, and Heroes Con is really like the first benchmark in the year that we have before the event at the end of the year. There's some great stuff, and it goes all to the American Cancer Society. So it's definitely worth coming by, saying hey and checking it out. Even if you're trying to keep your identity low profile, you ain't got to say anything. You still come by and check it out. No one ever knows
he will be more than willing to talk for 2 hours while everyone waits in line behind you. I am sorry, Beckerman. I would never do that. Especially if you were in the line behind me.
Burke, I wouldn't worry about not getting VIP tickets. I don't think they're necessary. Like the only great thing about the VIP ticket is the fact that you can get in 30 minutes early, and sometimes I've only seen that be like 20 minutes early. I think you're fine. You'll be fine without it.
That's what I've heard a lot of people say, and Dope Comics. He was like, man, don't even fuck with it. He's like, I just sleep in and go late, and then all the people are gone.
They're definitely not gone. The line might be a little shorter. The difference is what
maybe that's what he meant.
It's completely based on what you're trying to accomplish.
Sure.
If you're trying to get a Chris Claremont signature, it's worth paying the VIP ticket to get that farther up in Chris Claremont's line, for example. Me, I don't.
Yeah, might be like
I
a
don't do
super-
lines. I'm not a lines guy.
I'm not a line
Oh, I
person,
know.
but I am a Chris Claremont person, and I
See,
really like
yeah,
him.
she's gonna.
I've
But-
grown accustomed to a certain type of lifestyle that does not involve waiting in lines.
Lines are just not for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, so
I quit waiting lines too.
Well, you know
yeah,
what? I don't do lines, but if you give me an edible, I could probably wait in a line.
You
That's
probably
fair.
entertain yourself in that line.
I could
Yeah, but-
probably do a lot of things, get a lot of things done in a line.
Awesome, dude.
when you I don't know, when you get that like vendor badge or that artist alley badge for the first time, and you're just
Over
like,
with.
yeah, like you can't go back.
There's literally no going back.
What do you mean?
When you can just wander in and out of the convention with, it doesn't matter what time it is, like it's like before hours, after hours, through it, just there's no going back to just sitting and waiting to get in a room, because you're not there chasing stuff. You're there just to be there at that point. Like, it's just, I don't know, there's no going back.
You says there's no wait. I don't understand what you're meaning. I have to experience it.
Yeah. Dude, Serenko was so funny. I broke Beckerman. He had to walk away.
What did you do? What did you do? Tell me.
I don't think I can.
Tell me. Come on. Starenko's special.
I love Sterenko. I'm a big fan of
a character.
magicians.
Dude, I don't think I've had lines form because he's a dog. See, that's what Beckerman was insinuating. I need to meet him before I die, because I think that don't get yourself canceled.
Exactly.
All right, well, you just got to tell me this behind the screens, behind the scenes, whatever.
What did
Sterenko.
Chris Claremont do at one con that was so controversial?
He
What?
never did anything controversial.
Really?
Who? Me?
Chris Claremont?
No. I don't say controversial.
He's
shit.
not the one. He's pretty
I thought I
plain.
heard something like he dumped his girlfriend or something, like out with different girls. Is that Chris Claremont I'm thinking of?
No, that's like
I think it is.
Where you
Clayton
going?
Crane with somebody else's wife. I don't know.
Where you going?
Sterenko reminds me of Baby Billy. Yes. Mama told me not to. I did it anyway. Misbehaving. I can't do cattle call anymore. Well, Beckerman, you're at a different. Some of these people are like your buddies. Some of the peers.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mike,
mean,
you know,
Beckerman, you're the level where you get killed
Shooter
in
is
these people's
coming.
comics.
I hadn't seen his name listed, but do you know if Shooter is coming to Heroes Con?
I thought I heard someone
No.
say that he was.
He's been there the last.
Oh,
couple of
damn.
years.
Stephanie's
know-
correct.
And you know, I have like weird, like little.
Damn,
like,
I knew
goals
something.
and
Check that
things.
out.
Like I'll
Girlfriend?
get odd books signed. Or took Amalgam stack
weird that
last
he
year.
has a
I'm
girlfriend.
looking at the list of creators that worked on this Valiant Turok run, and Mike Grell worked on it. Obviously, Jim Shooter. There we go. Cool.
Shooter's big, dude. He's like a linebacker.
Yeah, he's tall.
He's a big boy.
Like he's
Like Ferrigno big.
he co-wrote this Magnus issue number 12, which is the first appearance of Turok in Valiant Comics, hiding back there before Turok number 1. But look at that sign. I'm going to take an issue. Oh, nice. That's good to hear. His health is much improved.
Which one?
Shooter.
Sterenko? Oh,
No,
Shooter.
Yeah.
It's Jim
Yeah, I
Sterenko.
bet you Sterenko suffers from Mr. Burns disease, where he has every known disease, but they're all actively trying to kill him at the same time, so they just cancel each other out.
Oh, you mean what Keith Richards has?
Yes.
Yeah, one of that. The cure to cancer.
Dude, I just checked a group chat, and the funniest, someone shared a little post. It says, someday Lou Bega is going to drop Mamba number 6, and I hope it kills every single one of us. Number 5's been out for a while now. Who would you recommend to get original art from at Heroes Con? I'm looking for affordable quality work, but on paper and not on comic book covers. Well, it's good that Becker's here. He's a big time original art collector.
Get a
And,
sketchbook.
There's a couple of ways you can go about that. You can go to different actual artists and check with them, or like people like Anthony's Comic Art will be there with a booth with thousands of pieces of original art organized by character and creator. If you're just, that would probably be the more affordable route to go. I got this color guide from Anthony's Comic Art, and then so I don't know really. I feel like I'm not the best person to ask, but I feel like there's numerous routes you could go. But Beckerman here, he's absolutely the person that would have a very informed answer for that.
There will come a payday. Hallelujah.
Becker, are you coming to Heroes this year? I know last year you had a family trip you went on that get you there, but are you coming this year?
Are you talking to me, Mark?
No, I was talking to Becker, but he said have Mark negotiate with Anthony's son for So when Becker was there 2 years ago, I was walking around with him and went by Anthony's booth, and Becker is a big New Warriors fan, and he was looking at Night Thrasher art, and Anthony's son was working the booth, and I think it was he had like $100 on the page or something like that. And I'm like, what's the best you can do on this? And Becker's just like, he's not the guy to sit there and do this. And the guy's like, oh, I come down to 80. I'm like, 80? It's Night Thrasher. Nobody fucking wants Night Thrasher other than this guy. Come on, get real. What can you really do it for? And Becker ultimately, after sealed the deal and he got the piece, he goes, dude, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't even got that piece, but you berated the guy to a good price, and I felt so bad for what you did to him. I had to buy it.
Your pressure.
You can't. Becker can't go anywhere with you.
Not at a convention. Not unless you're planning on buying something for a really good price.
You turn into a monster that can't be controlled.
But I wasn't being mean to the guy. I was just calling it like it is. Like who
turned
else
it into Tom Cruise
was going to walk to their booth over those 3 days and say, "Hey, got any Night Thrasher?" Becker was their sell. You want to sell? You want to sell one of these pages? This is the guy.
No, you turn into Tom Cruise from fucking Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, Les Grossman them. Here are 3 beans for your cow. Mark Bradford, there was a Beckerman question if you even want it. No, he ended up getting it.
Man.
But it was fun.
Crazy. Who else is going to be there? Who else?
It's Terrificon's not happening the same weekend as Heroes this year, is it?
No, the Terrificon's in August.
So I'm not understanding. Are you saying you won't be at Heroes because you'll be at Terrificon later in the year? And I understand you can't do all of them. That makes sense. But is that what I'm hearing? I don't see a yes or a no in here of if you're going to be at Heroes. I'm but a simple man, Beckerman. Straightforward answers are appreciated. Are you coming to Heroes Con? Check yes or no.
Oh,
now
man,
look at Madam. Now she wants to know. She's like, oh shit.
What's going on?
Do you like me? Yes or no?
Yeah. Jeff, I know you're not making it to Heroes Con. Because you're doing, I'm assuming you'll be staying in Augusta to do Joe Fest. Joe Fest is a really fun toy show that they do here in Augusta. It's big for toy show stuff. And yeah, they try like hell to schedule it off of Heroes Con weekend, but Heroes Con moves from time to time. And this year they moved it off of Father's Day weekend. So it's literally the same weekend as Joe Fest. So I'll be missing all of Joe Fest, which is fine. Joe Fest is fun. It's literally nothing compared to Heroes Con. For me. Yeah, Anthony's Comic Art is the actual name of it. And he's got a website and everything. He's been an art dealer for a long time. Anthony's Comic Art. Nice. That'll be fun. Yeah, VIP to Joe again this year. At least my surgeries this week went well. There you go. 3 months to relax. free for free comic book day and Top Dog movie and Joe Fest. What is Top Dog movie? Uh, 1000% agree with you there, Caroline. Yeah, I'm with Jason on this. It's gonna be sad. I'm excited Jason's gonna be
Wait,
there.
you said what? You agree with me with what?
What you messaged.
Oh, okay.
I just seen it from a little bit ago.
Will the wagon be making an appearance again?
If Jason's there, the wagon's there. You don't get one or the other.
That was the easiest way to find him last year. Just look for the wagon.
Yeah.
Name Mark.
Absolutely, man.
Top 3 creators or artists that you're excited to see at Heroes Con. Top 3.
I don't really put any stock in it, to be honest with you. I don't know why.
Wasn't just like 3 that you're excited to see.
Well, I know I'm going to aim to get a Mike Grell signature on a book, which I have his signature, but I like to get a couple things signed. You know, I think Jang's going to be there again, where I should be able to pick up my commission piece I passed off to him last year. I need to message him and remind him. It'd be great if he brings it. And then what's the other thing? Pop your camera on, Durs. No one comes on without verification, homie.
Oh my God. Southern Comic Geek. He says the wagon will be there.
If Shooter's there.
Have you ever met up with Jason at a con?
Yeah, at Dragon Con. So
Did he have his wagon?
I don't like Atlanta as a concept. And my wife forced me.
Well, Atlanta is sorry.
My wife heard that Jang was going to be there at Dragon Con 2-3 years ago, and John messaged me ahead of time. He's like, "Yo, I'm coming to the East Coast finally. I'll be at Dragon Con." I'm like, "Oh, that's unfortunate. It's in Atlanta." And my wife's like, "Oh, you're crazy. We're going for your birthday." I'm like, "What?" So me, the wife, and the kids drove to Atlanta to Dragon Con just to go get to meet Jang for the first time, get some stuff signed, and Jason was there, so I got to actually see Jason and whatnot.
It was awesome and the worst all at once.
Yeah, she said it was awesome and the worst all at once. We got in there, met Jang,
So far away.
and then as soon as we were done talking with Jason and John, we're like, let's get the fuck out of here, and left the con. Like we left, went straight to the Hard Rock Cafe, had lunch, and got the fuck out of Atlanta.
Dude,
God, that
the
place
fucking
sucked.
traffic is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, 6 lane either way.
Durs, if you're having camera issues, buddy, just message me.
Well, but you're
No,
like
we
in the
can't see.
armpit. You're in like the Bermuda Triangle of Atlanta because you're just
Me?
out. Yeah, and like the fucking post office doesn't ever go to you.
Oh, the USPS Bermuda Triangle. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does, but anything that goes through the Atlanta Distribution Center, it has to compete in the Hunger Games to move out of the Atlanta
It's
Distribution
crazy.
Center.
I get my shit, but like you never get your shit on time.
No, but it's okay.
It's weird.
There
I
still
do
can't
get some,
see.
like,
Just message me, buddy, and
Y
message
files.
me so I know.
They
You-
should do Y files on this shit.
Yeah, they should. Submitting that quote to Kemp as a state slogan. It should be. Yeah, Jeff's here in Atlanta. Or here in Augusta. He knows.
Big floppy kind.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not coming to LA, buddy.
Yours is asking if you can see him or something.
Wait, well, there you go. Yeah, I got him on the. No, you're just a black screen, buddy. But there you are. Got you on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the
You can't see-
songbird of our
You
generation.
can't see me?
I
Mm-mm.
can't.
That's weird.
I mean, I can in my dreams.
I can see myself just fine.
No,
Yeah, I think there'd
be
be
able
parts of
to.
LA that I love for sure.
We can't see you. You're just a. It's not there.
I would love to visit like Northern California, like to the
The
redwoods.
sequoias.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Hmm.
But I
Go
don't.
to Humboldt County.
Buildings aren't cool to me. I mean, like architecture in America is not necessarily what you consider impressive architecture.
No,
They're
it's
just
not.
buildings. Yeah.
You need to go to Europe where it's hundreds of years old.
Or go to the
Or
I'd rather
thousands.
go. I'd rather
Like,
go to where Madam was just at, without putting her business out there. But that
That her
beautiful,
butthole.
No, the beautiful red rocks and all that, and like
over there.
the spiritual
Nature
supernatural
specials.
aspect to the land over there. Like I would love that. That'd be up my alley.
Dude,
All right, well, when
you
you
need
do
to
that,
go to the
stop by and see
Sedona
me.
Desert. Sedona Desert.
you.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sedona.
man.
She was in Sedona, but I told you, like I got to wait on the kiddos
Lick
to get a
the
little older
toads.
because I'm not making a trip like that without them, and I wouldn't want to do it quite yet with Monkey so young because I want her to be able to fully enjoy it. Like when she starts complaining about her little feet hurting and one of your steps is 3 of mine, I got to be able to hit her with some Gatorade and keep her going. See, then we all should go visit your parents, J-Med. I'd be down to meet your folks if they live in Northern Cali.
Oh my
But
god.
the city, y'all can just go. Y'all can go do what you do. Just burn it all down. I don't care.
You know what's better than LA? San Diego is cooler.
LA will be cool for the movies for a little while longer. Looks like a lot of folks, a lot of the Hollywood folks that have been there for a while can look to their left and right and say this place is fucked up.
Yeah,
They're making
useless.
plans and they're moving to
They should look
Texas.
in the mirror. They're fucking.
They're moving to Arizona too. We're getting such an influx of people.
Dude, we're getting fucking weird transplants from everywhere in Nashville.
We're
A
getting
lot
the
of them are
California
celebs.
Yeah.
Freak ass celebrities and musicians. Stay your ass home.
Durs, what you up to?
I'm down at the warehouse. That's probably why my connection sucks. But I'm bagging and boarding all these foilies for tonight's show.
Did you come across that stack of Turoks for me yet?
No, like I said, he sold like 2 pallets of them.
Yeah, I know he sold the pallets, but there's still a stack in that warehouse that's literally full of millions of comics.
And he's gonna sit on those last ones until he dies, I bet.
You should just do an all Turok 1 whatnot stream.
That'd be fire. Penny dollar starts.
Starring you with me in the chat.
Nice. Yeah, it would just be me and you the whole show.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the theme of the show tonight? Are y'all starting your Daredevil packs tonight with everyone else?
And just like insane free J. Scott Campbell's sign covers, sketch covers, tons of giveaways.
When are y'all doing y'all's Daredevil packs? You're not going to wait on everyone else to sell them, are you?
We're doing them at 7, so my show starts at 7. Davis Ryder popped his at midnight last night. That was crazy.
Why?
It was just fun watching. I'm a degenerate gambler. I like opening the packs. They're fun.
Yeah, they're fun. I thought that they didn't go on sale till today. That's my fault.
That's why he did his show at midnight last night, so he could officially sell them.
He wanted to get on the front end.
Yeah. Speaking of front end, little plug. Make sure you guys go back to the new Mark Spears Kickstarter. It hit 100.
thanks.
It hit 100,000 in 5 hours.
Then he doesn't need me to back it, does he?
Well, if you like the Mark Spears stuff, or if you like,
I love the Mark Spears stuff. I don't need trading cards, my guy.
buy one for 100 and flip it for 1,000.
I don't want to buy one for $1. I love his art. I don't need it though. Did you buy yours for 100 and flip it for 1,000 yet?
To keep, one to flip.
What up, Eman? Eman.
These Daredevil packs
Yeah.
are everywhere on Whatnot right now.
Oh yeah.
Eman.
E-Man.
Sorry, forever will call you.
I'm not I'm not Arabic there.
Hi, E-Man.
I'm on. I appreciate it though. But, good morning. What's up,
No,
Durs?
he works for Rups Comics. Rups Comics is a store, and they have a large warehouse of comics that have accumulated over the decades. And they, in recent months, started a Whatnot show, and Durs runs their Whatnot show for him. So he has to organize comics all day long and prep shows and stuff.
Yay!
I've been right here the whole time, buddy. Been right here the whole time.
Spitting bars today is what
T-Dubs, you're not in a chat. Coming your way, Taylor.
Saying.
We're having a heat wave.
Oh,
Tropical heat wave.
It's a little.
E-Man,
cold.
what are you up to, man? What's going on?
Not much, man. I've actually been Hopping up on my Transformers collection, I just recently picked up a new legendary class, Ultra Magnus. Little guy. Yeah, here, let's show you this. This is the newest edition right here.
Oh, it's
So
cool as
yeah.
hell. What line is that one from?
This is actually a third-party figure from
Stolen IP. Get that trash off the screen.
This is from New Age. New Age is the company that does it, and knockoffs are the stolen line. These ones right here, they're technically original designs here. These are original designs based off of G1 characters. So
what's his New Age name?
This one is 28EX City Commander Octavio. Octavio.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So
What I have, you know what? I have an Ultra Magnus just sitting next to me as well.
Oh,
What's up, Taylor?
I like it.
I don't have an Ultra Magnum by me.
Look at that.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. Which line is that?
This is it Classics? It's definitely Chug. I don't know which one from there, but it was from
Ultra
the,
Nagmus, yeah. E-Man pulling up the Ultra Nagmus.
Ultra Magma.
Liquid hot.
I see the handle Jobless Bum under for your name. Any luck? Any leads?
Yeah.
I've got an interview today at noon for a position.
We got
Good.
17 people watching, and just to let y'all know, Taylor is a media marketing?
Digital marketing specialist.
Digital marketing specialist. That is a position that's often held by remote employees. So if you know of any in your area, or if you do a quick Google search and your Google search will be specific to your area. So if you Google search digital marketing jobs and you see anything that says now hiring, screenshot it, send it to
Send it my
Taylor
way. I appreciate it. Thank
on
you.
Instagram so he can inquire.
Taylor, did you reach out to those ones from the Bay Area that I sent you?
I did. I have not heard back from them. So. It's also the Bay Area, and I'm sure they're slammed with.
So day one, morning one, Daredevil packs are selling on average for 102 to 140 is what I'm seeing. So about 120.
Same. I was seeing 150 to 175.
What's so
last night.
special about
way
those
high.
Daredevil packs? I didn't care to even pay attention to those because
I found a stream where they're selling for about 70.
What's in it?
Noble Nostalgia is selling for about 7. I can send you a picture. It'd be the easiest way to do it.
It's Whatnot's latest gimmick, and they're making bank on it.
Yeah, they're fun. They're definitely fun.
These are.
Oh, I hear clicking. Oh, are we gonna get a camera?
Yeah, I'm clicking, buddy.
I'm often sleepy more.
Is that supposed to be like a baseball?
So what's
pack
this
and you get,
latest
a
gimmick?
random cover? Oh, okay.
It's just their
So
Whatnot.
you get a couple of reprints, but John Jang, the second to bottom, that's a John Jang original cover in there. And of course, all of them come with a standard trade dress, Virgin, the foil, a gold foil. They got the different ratios of each cover, but there's
jump the shark.
5 covers. It's just one of those fun things to chase because if you are in a position where you can quickly resell a book or something like that, there might be something you want to keep and you might score one that you net some dollars or get your money back. And in my case, because of the channel, it's fun to get them and do a little opening video to see if you struck gold, kind of like scratching lottery tickets, comic lottery ticket kind of
Or
thing.
open up a Pokemon pack.
Yeah.
There is 2 signed by cast members from the Daredevil show. So Kingpin, Charlie Cox, Punisher, all that kind of stuff.
I like how you said Cox and Punisher back to back.
Aren't they also having a big sneaker fest this weekend too?
Who?
Whatnot.
No, I don't know. I'm not really as dialed into the sneaker community, being a flip flop guy. But
I don't know.
I try to keep my ear to the streets.
Guys,
that's why you got to go to Hawaii, man.
Go to a purse or
Flip-flops
sneaker show on Whatnot,
everywhere.
and there's literally 100,000 people watching, and they're selling stuff for $50,000 an item. It's insane.
I've seen 13-year-olds.
There's
deal
not
out
a set
$30,000.
price for them. The way the packs work, there's a a price that the sellers pay whatnot, and then they
You
just
got-
put them on, and you just start it at a dollar or whatever, and just let people bid to whatever they want to pay. So different streams, you'll see them based on the size of their audience, how well they are,
for $100
how
for
entertaining they are. I'm watching a stream right now, Noble Nostalgia on Whatnot. They're selling for $70. And
That's
then the
low.
other streams I've seen, they're selling at 100, and the highest I've seen is 140 on one of them.
I'm
hold
looking
on.
for one.
Never
I got
pay over 70 at best for these
That
things.
got me a new slab.
That's why you come to our stream and you buy a pack, and then you get.
Did he cut out, or is that just
Yep,
me?
he cut out.
No, oh
He's
man,
giving us the secret to saving money, and he just gone.
Dude, it's the internet connection. Can you guys hear me?
Now we can. You go to
Dude,
your
so
stream
on
and
our
do what?
shows, when you buy a pack, every pack you buy, you pick like a mystery number, signed J. Scott Campbell, sketch covers, Alex Ross stuff, original artwork. So it's like an incentive. So that way, if you get a dud pack and you spent $200, you get one of the book is a $500 500 Jim Lee Batman.
I'd rather just pay under $70 and get what I came for.
Nah, man, nah, you gotta get them degenerate gamblers to
Instead
shell
of
out,
paying
bro.
$200 and get extra stuff that I don't want. But
You-
that is cool that y'all do those bonuses. I don't see anyone else doing those. That's for sure.
Darius, why don't you just slide in one for $20?
No,
so we can
no,
get it on eBay
there's
right
not.
now?
There's not an MSRP price on these things.
I said you get 10 boxes for $100, but you have to be like a rep with Whatnot to even be offered it.
Yeah, because I don't know how familiar you are with Whatnot, but Whatnot is a auction app, a live auction app. So it's really just everyone's just like, here's this, you get to auction it off. So it's just.
So
And it's turned into even more of a chaotic mess than it used to be. Because like it used to be like you have a comic category and it used to just show comics. Now on that category, it'll show like Pokemon and everything else too. It's just all
Dude, Taylor, you're 100% right, and it drives me nuts. Those shelf pet things, and it'll be like, because like on the Daredevil thing, you have to be like approved and like be on the shelf to be featured. You'll go there and it's like sellers that got like one box, they sold it immediately, and then they're just selling clothes the whole time under the comic category.
Yeah. And like now the thing I've seen is all these like.
See, this pack just sold for $45.
That's insane.
It's not insane at all. That's what happened with
How
the
many
Hulk packs.
how many people are in that show?
There was only a handful. That's the
That's
thing.
why.
Like there's
That's why.
of course that's why, but there's countless sellers with only a handful of viewers that have these. So don't pay over $70.
100% as a rep. Go to the thing and scroll down to the very bottom of the page and buy from the shows that have 5 people in them.
Yes, that's what I told people to do with the Hulk packs too. The Captain America Hulk packs. Like it's if you want to pay. If you want to pay what you want to pay, but there's no reason
Catering to
pay.
gamblers, I would think it would be more catering to people like me who are fans of opening trading card packs. It's fun to open packs.
He's just referring, I think, because you self-described yourself as a degenerate gambler.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
You can't critique his critique.
I
He's
love
going off what you said as a.
I mean, you didn't have
I'm
to
a
say
90s kid.
degenerate.
I've
You
been
could have
opening
just said
Magic,
gambler. You
Yu-Gi-Oh,
know, there's
Yeah, you didn't have to put
cards.
degenerate in there.
Dude, I've been
dude.
opening cards my whole life. It's fun. It's fun to open packs. Even
I
if
like
you
how
don't
you
do anything.
paused. You almost said it's an addiction.
I wouldn't say I'm that far because I only
No.
buy like a booster box once every other month or something. I'm not like standing in line at Target waiting for those Pokemon drops.
Yeah, it's definitely, it has that FOMO, that fear of missing out aspect to the app, to the platform.
I'm
That's
just
really what
excited
it
to
is.
open the packs. See, there you go. Box breaks.
Heck
Jane's
yeah.
had a Bob.
Jane's
Jane's
had a Bob.
Fire.
Noise. One,
Let me make you
1, 2,
biggie,
3,
man.
4. Noise. This just came in.
Oh,
It looks like an ASM 50 homage.
It is the Spider-Gwen #1.
is it the error variant?
Yep, the Will Sportacio error variant.
He doesn't get a lot of credit, but he wanted the Image Founders as well.
Yep. He created Wetworks. He did some, he created freaking Bishop.
That's how I would describe our first encounter when we meet in person, E-Man.
That works.
Put a
Wetworks.
towel down.
Wetworks.
Yep.
You
did
will
get a
get
good deal
a
on that?
big hug, Mark, when I see you. I
Oh yeah,
promise.
I know it. Hey, so this Daredevil one just sold for $56 on a different stream.
That's fine. That's crazy, man. I'm about to hop on there and buy a couple of myself and flip them.
Well, then I'm not going to tell you who the streamer is because
I mean, I can find out.
unless you're going to pay $200 for it.
Oh, here we go. Pack Attack.
I can't do that stuff.
And then
anymore.
you got to get
I
all
can't.
those books up on eBay in the next 5 minutes, or you're going to be screwed on if you're reselling.
Well, so I got that Hulk pack, and I waited to open it till I could open it with DJ, so we could actually, because we got him just to make a fun video out of it, like, because I don't collect variants like that. I have no problem with them existing and out there, but I just have that passive page, the Pop's Attic page, that stuff I don't want, we just post for guaranteed cheaper than anywhere else just to get it gone,
Sure.
like, and all of those books that I got sold. And when we price them based off everywhere and go significantly under $150 book, $100, like significantly under, and all of them sold. And I was talking to Durs while I was doing it, while they were selling. What did it end up? That one pack was like 130 that it resold for, and it wasn't even like the big chase books in there, but they were all.
I would still be compelled to argue with you, Mark, because never pay list price.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'd have to bargain you down just because I know you, and I know that you do that to everybody.
Yeah, what's fun is like with that Pop's Attic page, that's kind of the concept. Like it's a haggle-proof page because they're already haggled down, kind of thing. And in the couple of years now, 3 years or so, it's been there. Only one person has ever reached out to attempt to haggle, and it's because they were offering to buy the entire page because they wanted inventory for maybe they were whatnot sellers or something like that. And we're like, no, we're not interested. That's a lot of work. No, thanks.
I posted. Well, you jokingly posted on my page, but like I did have a couple Madison guys reach out to me offering to buy all my stack of books here.
That's awesome. Did you say
yes? I don't want to sell them because like I would rather, if I'm going to be jobless for a long time, I'm just going to go back on Whatnot or just start selling on my own page and do piecemeal because like I understand the business and I know like I will have the time, that's the big thing. Like
this seller's even selling the boxes they come in Durs. He's opening Durs ain't here. He's opening the box, selling the packs, and then offering up the box if anyone wanted it. They just sold for $1. They got cool art on them. They're really cool boxes. I guess they can work as like a little what are those little comic boxes people? Store folio. They can work as a store folio.
I think it's funny that like they why not really crack down on mystery boxes and that kind of stuff, and then they just literally
they crack down on them so they can sell them.
Yeah, that's exactly
crazy. Also, good morning, DJ.
I don't know. Taylor says that he's a jobless bum, but it looks like he's just chilling in someone's home.
It looks like he's living a pretty high-end bum life, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
That White Lotus bum life. Bro.
Because White Lotus always ends well.
For real. Like you're chilling up there in Haleiwa, looking out the window at some waves and checking out some surfer girls. That's what it looks like you're doing. Jobless bum.
I'm kind of present the air of not joblessness because I've been interviewed.
Dress for the job you want.
I want to be Walton Goggins.
Yeah, I love
we all do.
I haven't seen season 3 of White Lotus.
Oh, I liked it.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
I've seen all of season 1 and all of season 3, but not all of season 2.
I have a different opinion. It's watchable, but even on double speed, it's still kind of fucking boring.
Oh wow!
I can see that.
I didn't know you could double speed HBO Max. Now I'm.
Oh, that's really exactly where I got those files from today.
I think it was
like achievement unlocked.
I think it had the most narcissistic cast. Like I think these people were really full of themselves in their own little ways.
It's the show. It's a show that
give a rat's ass about half of the plots.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's the show that you want to watch because you hate everyone.
And
I loved what's her name? Parker Posey.
Oh, she's just hamming it up.
Oh, but she's so good at it.
Yeah, I gotta watch them this.
But I didn't care about that. I didn't care about that plot at all. And the Goggins plot was very predictable.
I I saw that when he confronted him. So I saw that and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I see where this is going. Anyways, but I don't care. It was new to me. I liked it. It is kind of but it was pretty and
I like season 2 a lot better.
So it's hard for me because I don't want to watch season 2 because I've watched a few episodes and it hurts me because I do not want to see this relationship between Aubrey Plaza and her husband get fucked up. I don't want that. I don't want it. I can't. So that's why I don't want to watch it. I'm afraid to go any further.
If you want to watch a better ensemble show that changes every year, just watch Fargo.
Yeah, I've heard
Number of
really
sellers not taking advantage, but using these Daredevil bags to their benefit is outstanding. They have the Daredevil bags on their little show picture, and then they're just selling. They're putting up stuff and no one's bidding on it. Everyone's just waiting on Daredevil bags.
Nice. What is this?
I'm just going to fish around until I find the Daredevil bag.
Lights.
Need to catch one in the act.
Surprised you didn't buy that one for $45.
I missed it. Like I got there like after he had put it up. This one, see, I just missed it 86. I'm trying to just because there's so many streams with him and like you scroll. And I'm not trying to sit there and wait.
I would, YouTube comic people. I will defend Durs on this one. He works for a comic book shop, and like his opinion, or the way he's doing it, he didn't phrase it well. But like they're bundling these packs with other sign books and stuff. Like,
no one's ever accused Durs of being a phraser.
No.
Using
But he's
words
not,
like
like-
despicable and sleazy. YouTube
degenerate.
comic people is we see what side this person is
I'm
on.
not a big fan of shutting people down.
I'm not a big whatnot.
I mean, Durs is
person. I know a
despicable
lot
for
of people
about
are on
77 other reasons, but not for degenerate gambling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like number 37 on the list.
Yeah,
against-
exactly. That's like,
37's fair.
I have never even downloaded it. Never been on it. Sleep just fine.
it's addicting. I mean, honestly, like
It's like
don't do
eBay. It's like when eBay first came out, right?
I have an
Everyone was
eBay
so
problem.
hooked
I'm
on
not
eBay.
fucking bringing another one into my life.
I'll tend to have the app going in the background if it's a seller I like, and then just see if they have cheap shit that no one else recognizes, or like books no one else recognizes are worth money, or that kind of stuff. But like,
What I like about eBay is if someone's selling something, I could just, I don't want to say lowball. I want to say fair. Offer them a lower
you can
price.
I mean, a lot of these, the whatnot, they're all timed auctions, and if nobody else bids on them, you can get really good deals. Like I ended up getting a near-mint copy of like the Glow in the Dark Max #1 for $1. That's a $50 book all day long. I mean, you just have to know what you're looking at, and then hope nobody else knows what you're looking at, kind of thing. Which is the part I like. That's the.
Because Taylor's in the know. That's why.
I just so there's nobody knows everything about everything. So sometimes you just come across shit you might recognize, other people don't.
Yeah.
My
I
dad
have it all
does.
packed up, but I bought like a copy of Fantastic #1, which is a UK newsprint book, and it's their UK's first appearance of Iron Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four all in one. It's missing like a plastic wallet that came with it. It's sort of like the Golden Records reprints and stuff, but like I paid $65 for it, graded 5.0. There's 0.5 on eBay right now, going for $250. So like,
Score. It's not bad.
and it's not something anyone else would want. I wanted it because it's fucking cool. It's like this is also when I had the new job, and I was like, oh, I'm flush with money. I can spend a little this weekend, and like, I can the next day. So. I mean it's just kind of for me. It's like a digital, like bin diving kind of thing,
Okay. I can. You know what? I can see that. I can definitely see that. Digital bin diving with whatnot.
How was everyone's Easter /420?
It was nice. Actually, it was fantastic.
Close to Jesus?
It was very chill.
Close to the Lord and Savior?
That was very, Actually, we really didn't really do nothing. We went to a brewery, had some chicken wings, hung out. They did like a little egg hunt inside the brewery.
And did you find
So
any
my
eggs?
teenage kids were like looking for eggs, and then we saw like actual little kids, and they're like,
Mhm.
"We're gonna put these back." Kind of feel bad. I'm like, "Yeah, jerks."
You know what I think we should add, like a new thing, like a new dynamic to Easter egg. Like we should hide the Easter eggs, but then the parent should be hidden and get to be able to like shoot the kids with dart guns looking for the eggs.
What? Hold on. What are those plastic?
I think we should
Those
get
plastic
a
BBs
chance
that
to,
you like fill water with? Like shoot them
Yeah.
with those Orbeez or something like that?
Yeah, orbs.
I think we should get a chance to bury one family member for 3 days.
One family member for 3 days, and then they have to come back.
Well, we'll see if it's real or not then.
Yeah, I
They don't
think
have
if
to
you
come back.
believe hard enough, it's probably real.
Yeah.
Did you hear that joke where what was it? The joke. The wife asked the husband, "Babe, if I die in Jerusalem, would you just bury me in Jerusalem for $5,000 or ship me back to the United States for 50?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll ship you right back to the United States for 50." And she's like, looking confused. "This is questionable." "Well, why would you do that?" He's like, "Yeah, last time someone was buried in Jerusalem, 3 days later they came back. So I'm not going to take that chance. I'm just going to bring you back home and bury you here."
There you go.
Smack the shit out of him right on camera.
What you tell
Pretty
him?
funny.
Wah, wah. Jesus. Durs, what are you starting these packs out? What are these packs? Packs of comics? Packs of cards? What?
Yeah, they're packs of comics, but they're like in the foil like trading card.
I need a pack of foily Levi's underwear myself. So if you guys see any of those on Whatnot, it'd be great. The Levi's underwear for men, quite comfortable, stretchy, wide hips.
Cooked a big meal for both sides of my family. My wife was happy. That's good, Brian. Yeah, I went to my dad's, and my brother and sister were there, and it was really nice. There was a lot of family members, and we had food. And then I went home and celebrated with the Easter Bunny in my own Snoop Dogg way.
You know what I did on Easter?
Prayed.
No, I did whatever I wanted because my wife and kids were in Florida.
Oh yeah, you're free.
Oh,
did you just like run around like Kevin McAllister during Home Alone?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I did.
Yes.
It's just all blur.
What did I do on Sunday?
He baked cookies.
Yeah.
What did I do? I went to dinner with my mom. Like I took my mom out to dinner.
That's hot.
To a nice seafood buffet, then never call
Taking
her
ladies
again.
out without your wife's consent.
Yeah, we went to a Chinese buffet. It was great.
And that's
I'm gonna take your mother, Dorothy Mantooth, up to a nice seafood buffet
and never call her again. Dorothy Mantooth is a saint. You hear me? Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
He labeled himself as a degenerate, jokingly.
Man, this
The
YouTube
hobby
comic
has a
person is
good-
quite sour about people going in and purchasing stuff from Whatnot.
Seems critical, but it's fair. It's definitely
I think
fair.
I worked. I think I worked on Sunday.
Oh my God, he's still
he
thinking
labeled
about it.
himself as a
Lettering?
degenerate in a hobby that has overwhelming good and loose sense of humor.
How many milligrams was it there, Justin? It sounds like it's carrying over a few days, man. Each pack is 100. You're not supposed to take the whole pack of gummies, bro.
I woke up
okay?
in nothing but a cooking apron. No idea what happened.
Oh my
Some
God.
leftover Chinese.
Oh, speaking about buffet, this weekend actually. So check this out. Mimi and Erica, my girlfriend, her sister, they're gonna go up to see their friend in Sacramento. It's about 90 minutes from my house. And hang out with them and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm gonna stay home with the dogs. Sunday, I'm gonna go all the way to Sacramento, pick them up, and then we're gonna drive up to the Hard Rock Cafe or the Hard Rock Resort in Sacramento. And they have an all-you-can-eat lobster buffet that we are just getting ready to devour. So
I am not a seafood person, bro.
I love seafood.
A buffet is a thing that's like lost. You can find them in Vegas. You can find them in casinos and stuff, buffets. But I don't see a lot of buffets around anymore. We had the corral, the Golden Corral, and we had the, certain things, but they're gone.
Hometown buffet. Anybody remember that one?
Uh-uh.
No? Is that a West Coast thing?
Maybe. Is Denny's a buffet? No.
No.
Shoney's has like that weird buffet,
I
that
don't know what
weird
Shoney's
like
is.
salad. Dude, I don't know, man. Things are weird.
There's
Buffets.
like there's different types of buffets that we
There's like
have
old
here.
people buffets.
It's not like the kind of buffet where you go up to like the center and get all your food and it's already cooked. We have like we have places where you actually pay to cook your own food. So we have like a
Yeah,
bunch of
them
Korean
things.
barbecue,
Nah, I'm lazy.
hot pots,
Hot pot.
hot pot. Oh,
Y'all
hot
do
pot.
that shit.
I freaking love hot pot.
But I do like that Mongolian like things where they like
Yeah.
throw it on a hot rock
Ugh.
and cook that shits.
Yeah,
Like,
Mongolian
meats.
barbecue. Oh yeah,
Yeah, meats.
choose everything.
Oh my
You
god.
see people pounding the meat down just so they
Yeah,
can put some
just
more.
a hot rock. I feel like a cave woman.
Oh yeah, Mongolian bar. There's one.
Yes.
There's one close to me that I absolutely. I've been going to that one since like the '90s. It's just because
Dude,
the ingredients that they have are good. Nice.
Yeah,
You know.
I like them.
Yeah,
Check out
hot pot's-
Mongolian.
hot pot, Mongolian, Korean barbecue. Yeah, see, look, it doesn't have to be at a buffet, but there's definitely all you can eat still available around.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know around here. You know, well, about Nashville.
Right. Well, Nashville's got all kinds of food, just weird shit. From
The way-
fucking
The way you said Nashville right there,
Nashville.
I feel like you
Nashville.
were. There was some sort of a prejudice in your voice.
Well, which one? Who? Her or me?
You.
Oh shit, Nashville. I'm just trying to be, trying to.
Yeah,
sound like the
Mr. Man of the
locals.
World over here.
Trying to sound like the locals.
I've applied for jobs in Nash Vegas. Haven't gotten any yet. But
Nash Vegas.
I'll have you know, we are known as the Athens of the South. We are still reading, not just breeding.
I thought Athens, Georgia, was the Athens of the South.
No.
Yeah, close enough.
Oh, you'll be in Nashville for free comic book? Oh, fuck. Hit me up, Durs. The fuck?
How
I
far?
live in Nashville, bro.
I was gonna say, like, are you in
Message
like
me.
Nashville metropolitan or just outside Nashville? Like,
I'm
where-
like 15 minutes from downtown. Yeah. Fucking cancel. I am not
I don't
going
know,
to
man.
that fucking.
I think I should add Nashville to a city that I want to visit. It
Yeah,
does sound
Nashville's
interesting.
cool, dude. We
Like,
got
I
a
hear
lot
it's
of music
crazy.
and shit.
What's up, Barry?
There's like a 5-story Kid Rock bar. What more do you need?
Oh my god, he's a moron. I can show you.
Don't talk about Perry like that.
This is what I'll do. If you come to Nashville, I will take you by his actual like flat, his condo. He owns the top floor to this one building. It's off of West End, and at night you can see up into it. He's a fucking moron.
Yeah. I could care less about.
You're so mean to
See-
people. The way you talk
What?
about
He's a
this
lucky
guy
fucking-
and Tom Cruise is just despicable.
Anything from Bob
you
with the
see what
Bob,
that
the bang, the
fucktard
bang,
wore
and
to the White
before.
House?
I like
Who are you
old-
talking about? I missed it.
Kid
Kid
Rock.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do it side by
Bob-
side with
Kid Rock is
Idiocracy.
awesome.
Have you seen that screenshot, Caroline?
Have I seen what?
The side by side screenshot of like Kid Rock versus Idiocracy.
Yeah, it's the same.
I saw the one they did with Hogan at the at one of the rallies. That was hilarious with the side by side with Idiocracy.
Macho.
Yeah, I was super excited that because it was Kid Rock took Bill to the White House.
Dude, Kid Rock
Because I've been like a
does
Bill
not
Maher
pay his
fan
child
for-
support.
for
Like,
so long, and it was cool seeing Bill go there and watching real time and everything after he went. But Bill Maher's been good friends with Kid Rock for a long time, and he mentioned just in passing to Kid Rock, like when they were talking, that he'd never been to the White House, and Bob was like, "Wait, what do you mean you've never been to the White House? You're a massive political donor for years. Like you literally donated $1 million to the Obama campaign, this and that. And typically big donors will get like an invitation to come by at some time, just it's not like a pay and play thing. It's just like a courtesy because the White House is an accessible place to the public, but he had never been invited. And Bob passed that information off to Trump, and Trump, who has literally sued Bill Maher over phrases which were hilarious that Bill Maher had put out on the show and stuff. He's like, well, dude, invite him. Let him come. So they went and had a dinner with Trump. There was other people there than just Bob and Bill and Don, but I thought that was wild. It was cool. It was a good story that Bill had after the fact.
Bill
You weren't
Maher's
naming
a
these people
goober.
like you knew these guys. Bob,
Did you see Bill Burr?
Don. Who are you
Sorry.
talking about? Oh, Bill Maher. Okay.
Well, it's easier than saying their whole names every time. You want me to, can I use your whole name? E-Man?
We don't
So
govern. We
much.
do not use
Come
government
on.
names.
I know you.
I know you.
Come on.
We don't use
Don.
government names.
Come on.
No, we.
That's when he's doing his modeling. He's Iman.
Shadows. No. When I do my modeling, Jason Mamone.
I like when people call you Iman when they try to read it as it's Iman. It's
Hello, Iman.
You gotta
It's
put
what-
hyphen in there. You're really throwing them off.
I really am.
I think it's high end, like, if you're just the street level is E-Man, but
Dana
like
White
if
was
you need
there.
to like get into a fancy
on.
club or something, or like the country
You know,
club.
what was cool about it, J-Med, was Kevin that's on here. God, what's Kevin's YouTube handle?
Entropy and Comics, which
Entropy and Comic works the Bill Maher show. That's what he
does a lot of shows.
Yeah, and it was cool because Bill's a comedian first and foremost, and like he took with him a printed out sheet of all the slurs that Trump has called him over the years that he's done any kind of entertainment that involved Bill. They had the back and forth stuff, and he showed it to Trump, and he even got Trump to sign it for him because they both have apparently decent senses of humor. So that was Bill's keepsake from his trip to the White House, was all the negative things Trump has said about him signed by Trump now. It was like one of those like the veil came down kind of situations. Bill tells the story in detail on Real Time from 2 weeks ago. It's worth listening to. It was a fun story. It was really funny.
I got about smart.
Have a good day, madam.
Everybody have a wonderful day. I love you all.
Don't tell me what to do.
God,
it's a lot of pressure. A wonderful day.
Right circumstances, I'm with you on that. I think Bill Maher is kind of fucking the pussy.
That's a weird take.
I mean, dude, like when you say he's so self-involved, just like he made a list of all the times Trump talked about him. It's like, dude, get over yourself, Bill Maher. You don't even matter.
Those are two separate. I don't know. He's been
It's
a
just
very
when two people care so much about each
voice
other.
in his.
He's always
his
been
genre
really
for
full
a
of
long
himself.
time.
Have you seen Bill Burr ream him? I love it when him and Bill Burr's like just
Bill
sitting
Burr. I
together.
love when Bill Burr ream anybody. Everybody.
Yes.
That's not
Oh
his
God,
thing.
he busts his chops about the fucking like silk shirt he's wearing. He's like, "How the fuck old are you? This is like, what the fuck is this?" He's
Bill, I don't know. Like
Bill
Burr.
Bill Maher is definitely a little
I love
full of
Bill
himself.
Burr.
He always has been.
He
but
likes
I
to peacock.
I
He does
like how
story.
Bill Burr has gotten better over the years.
Oh
He's
yeah,
kinda
like a fine wine, bro.
But he perfect analogy. He's like a fine wine. He just keeps getting better with age.
But see, a lot of it I think has to do with self-reflection, and he's just getting sharper and sharper, and like being like, dude, bro.
Like
I think
20 years ago.
the family arc that he had was a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
If you watch all of it, I've watched all of Bill Burr's stand-ups numerous times, and it's fun watching him go from The Bachelor to dating to the guy who's dating that has a dog
to a dad
to a guy that's married to a guy that now has kids, and it's awesome. Like
You see
kind
that
of
he
grown up
grows.
with him, and it's really cool. And the self-reflection thing, he's always been big on that. That's when comics are good, when they have like a firm grasp on society and themselves and their place in it. You get
and they're self-deprecating, and they understand, nobody's that special. He does have
I could see that actually.
dude, that nose, man. I just really, it's so wanting me to hit it, and
Wait,
it's always been that way.
Is it Bill Maher? Maher?
I call it Mar.
Bill Maher.
Mar.
Yeah, I'm with TM on this. I've watched him for God, I can't even remember how long. Like since I was like a teenager, man.
Funny
like
guy.
I've always loved Bill Maher.
I'm
not saying I agree with him, but that's part of what I like. Like there's so much about what he says that I agree with, and so much I disagree with. But he's just a consistent, like, awesome voice in the.
Well, he's in Broadway now. TM doing Glenn Ross. Apparently, he's killing it. I like, but yeah, Bill Burr. So I'll send you that little thing on YouTube where it's Bill Maher and Bill Burr sitting down together, and he busts his chops a little bit. There's also some great footage, like Bill Burr and John Lovitz are friends.
Oh yeah,
they just rip the shit out of each other, and it's so funny because
it's great because Bill Burr's funny and John Lovett is John Lovett.
Yeah, and but it's really funny. They love. I
There's a
love
lot of content there to be had.
it, dude. It's these guys.
Bill
Dude,
Burr, like off the cuff, is funnier than most people like alive.
Yeah.
I like when he goes on news shows and they're just unprepared for a guy of his caliber. Is this what you do here? Who gave you your notes?
Yeah, yeah. I like. He's pretty. He keeps people pretty honest. I gotta get out of here. I gotta
media. There's like one where he's like on a red carpet for like, I think like the Conan, where Conan won those early prize or whatever, and he's like, "Do your fucking job, grow some balls." Like reporters used to like have like
Oh yeah.
He's like, no, you just gotta ask celebrities all these like, what's your opinion? And it's funny as hell and accurate. He's like, I don't watch the news. I watch Instagram.
I think that and some news reporters were asking him because he had made a comment about Elon Musk or whatever.
Well, and I think it was before that. And also he commented on the guy that shot the CEO of the healthcare company. Like,
Yeah. And he's just like, look, I'm not a politician. You guys figure this shit out.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. I've got high school education. All right. I got to get out of here, you guys. Take care. Have a good one.
Bye.
Adios.
Now that sounds like a veiled threat.
It's Rups Comics. Collecting with Durs is the host of Rups, RUPPS, Rups Comics. He puts on a fun show. Dursey is a good guy.
Yeah, he is. Very passionate about his collection and collecting.
He slams like a sixer of Mountain Dew before each show, so it's on.
He just has awful taste in comics and thinks that Spawn is the best book ever made.
Different flavored Mountain Dew, so it's not all the original flavors. Sometimes,
yeah, we've all warned him how dangerous that is. You don't mix Baja Blast and Code Red in your belly.
He's the reason Taco Bell has so many flavors.
Dude, Baja Blast is the only Mountain Dew anyone really needs, in my opinion. Or even original Mountain Dew.
I would argue
clean your toilet.
People definitely don't need any of them.
No.
Yeah, you know what?
But I'm a water coffee guy.
Yeah. I'll even do sparkling water, some of that flavored sparkling.
I do coffee that's as black as my soul.
T-Dubs, are you keeping up with The Last of Us?
I not yet, no. It's on my list. I just finished watching Silo season 2.
All right, have a good day, man. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Hope you're able to catch one of those streams. Keep in mind, it's a selling platform. You got a bunch of people wanting to buy stuff and people trying to sell them stuff. Have fun.
Yeah, start with the pallet auctions. You'll never come back.
Yeah, ever. Yeah, I don't buy stuff on there very often at all. But, yeah, these little trading card packs are fun. And at this point, it's kind of like the fun of, let me see how cheap I can find one for. It's like a hunt.
So it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Mark, I need to hear your pitch
Before
on Severance. I've
Severance.
never Severance. You're like,
Well, before we make fun of the Lisp community, real quick, Tito's, how far are you on The Last of Us?
Oh, I've watched season 1. I've not started season 2 yet.
Okay.
I've heard great things. I know there's a big thing that happens in episode 2.
Yeah.
So,
Are you gonna get caught up, or is it gonna be one of those?
I'm gonna get caught up. I just wanted to finish. I just finished binge watching Silo season 2.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
It didn't have that. It didn't have as much of the mystery allure as the first season, but the story was definitely.
It's a great story.
Out.
Steve Zahn bugged the shit out of me for a bit, but it all makes sense down the line.
Solo.
Yeah.
It turned into a heartbreak moment.
Yeah.
But Severance. I think
like Sean Connery.
I think legitimately if I do this often, but I think it's a necessity. When you separate, like if you try to critique something versus just how entertained were you, like was it? Oh, I had fun. It was the best thing ever. Versus like fine tooth comb being as critical as you can. I think Severance is like the highest quality television piece of something we've gotten in a long time. And I can go into specifics why, but it's just easily summed up. It's just like it's the sum of all of its parts, and all of its individual parts stand really, really high.
Yeah.
Like from the story itself to the performances given, by the cast selection, by the artistic nature of the directing to the fine details that you don't even realize you're looking at until it becomes made aware to you from the color palettes they're picking, how it's like the minimalistic color palette, so that your eyes and your mind focus on a person and the background falls away from you, because you don't even know that they're doing it until you find out that's what they're literally doing intentionally, to the mysterious angles of like the whole baby sheep, throwing that in there and making you think and wonder, and how big of a curveball that is in a seemingly like sterile environment. You show wildlife that shouldn't even be there to begin with. I mean, just so much of it is just amazing. And when you put all that together, it was such a unique experience that you just can't get enough of, because you're wanting. It leaves you wanting every second. You're waiting on the next phrase, the next person to walk in, the next scene turn to be something crucial to what you're craving to get out of the story. And they give you little pieces, and then they give you more questions, and it's just a balance just right.
Okay, without spoiling it, could you tell me what the show is about? Because I'm
Absolutely.
really confused.
Yeah. How far are you in it?
Not even season 1, episode 1. I know nothing about this show.
Perfect. It's a large company has created technology where they can sever your mind. And what that is, it's where you can literally separate work and home. And you don't know why they're doing it, if it's to protect the intellectual properties or happenings inside the business, or if it's more for a more efficient worker, you don't know. But when you walk into the property, the technology that is an implant turns on to where you don't remember at all anything ever from any experience ever. You're pretty much a fresh mind that walked in the door. You retain your memories inside the building, and you retain your memories outside the building separately. That's called severance. So it's about the life. You're following the life of a person who's going through that. And that's how you explain it without getting into anything. But it's the most complex, plot-driven story through a multi-cast of characters that are all going through different experiences, and the interconnectedness of it, and the conspiratorial aspect of this company. And it gets into so much.
The closest I can compare it to is, I don't know if you're old enough for this, Eman, but like when Lost came out.
You're so cute. I don't know if you're old
But
enough
like,
for
you know,
Lost.
when it was like the show everyone talked about from week to week, and you're just
Yeah.
dying to know what happened
Yeah.
next. And like people are like taking notes of every character and every little thing and all of it and trying to piece it all together. Like, what do the numbers mean? You know, all that.
Yeah.
It's that, it gives you that feeling where you're watching it. It really does. Like,
Taylor, by the way, I think
to other people about it. You want to be like, what the fuck? Like, did you see what just happened? Like, you know, like I've been an evangelist for the show since day one, and then like thankfully other people have caught up now, because like it's like, oh god damn it, like just I want, like you just like want to, like after you watch an episode, you want to be like, what do you think just fucking happened? Like what's going on here? Like why why the sheep?
Are you one of the purists that actually liked the whole show from beginning to end?
Lost, no.
Okay, all right.
No, I like the first probably 3 seasons a lot, and then it just tanked.
Yeah, the writer strike really messed up that show.
And I hope that does not happen to Severance. I hope, I'm kind of confident it won't. I think they have an end game in sight, and I think it's been planned. Which Lost, I think they kind of just at some point are just throwing shit at the wall to make it a mystery.
After a while, I was like, oh shit, this show's actually good. Quick, come up with something. Throw in a polar bear in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like throwing a goat in an office setting. No,
By the way, I think I'm like maybe like 17 days younger than you, Taylor, to be honest.
Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, it's like it is just one of those shows you want to talk about after you've seen it. Like it's just because like,
oh my god, Taylor he was the victim of me catching up.
Which was great, because like after you can tell he just watched it up and he's like, what the like,
you know, every 47 to 60 message of theory.
You know what?
Well, the only one I know that doesn't like the show is DJ, and he just doesn't have any taste.
I think the finale of season 2, I don't think it turned his opinion of what he watched up to that point, but he was very impressed with the season 2 finale, and it really did a lot to improve the overall.
Oh, that season 2 finale, just the direction, and then
that Hitchcock ending Bro, that I'm like, dude, did they resurrect Hitchcock to direct this last episode?
Remind me what happened at the end of season 2. This show's old, so like.
I was talking about Severance.
Oh,
Oh, it's Severance,
shit!
yeah.
I thought you were talking about Lost.
And without spoiling anything, legit, the fight scene in season 2 of Severance is better than any fight scene in the new Game of Thrones show.
Vogsy, what's up, brother?
Is it better than the Daredevil hallway fight scene?
It's up there. It's up there.
What's up, Bogsy? Okay, so this weekend, like I said, I'm gonna be single for like 18 hours. Not really single. I'm gonna be
Wet works. Let's go.
Not single, but Mimi's gonna be gone for the weekend, and so I'll probably, no joke, I'll probably do the same thing to you, Mark. I'm gonna watch like the first season of Severance and be like, what the hell? Oh my god! And who's this? And the camera work and the cinematography. I'm gonna be like, expect that. I'm sorry.
It's second to none. Apple quality products are the highest variety.
Okay.
Did y'all see the trailer for their new movie? Fountain of Youth with John Krasinski and Natalie Portman.
I've not seen that one yet, but
it's like the National Treasure resurrection kind of thing. They're literally her brother is John Krasinski, and he is a theft of fine arts. And it turns out he's stealing them because these old school artists hid the map. If you have them all, you can put together the map to the Fountain of Youth. But man, it looks so good. It had those vibes that you want. And Portman and Krasinski were just their dynamic seemed awesome as siblings.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
That trailer, I loved the old school car he was driving.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer for Murderbot?
Worth it.
Is that the one with Sarsgaard?
Yeah, as a robot that kind of goes rogue and starts killing people because of the programming and stuff.
Yeah, it looked like almost like a Star Trek episode expanded into its own thing.
Based on a really fun book, like a really fun sci-fi novel. So it should be a fun show. It's just with a lot of murder.
With a lot of murder.
Man, there's just a lot of really hit shows and movies on Apple TV.
Oh yeah.
Huh? Holy shit.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Your Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm. That is also really a quality show. Even if you don't love the show, they're all quality. They don't skip on anything on any of it.
Fine. Doing this now. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe.
Man, talk about putting the cart before the horse. There's a couple of those films that they clearly were expecting 2025 to start off differently than it did.
Yeah.
Wow. Brian Michael Bendis is going to be in Pittsburgh. Huh.
I'll get him to sign some Superman stuff for you. Tell him how much you enjoyed his run.
I think I'm doing something that day. What am I doing? There's something going on. What is going on Free Comic Book Day? Besides Free Comic Book Day. Forget.
I remember Bendis. He used to be good.
Yeah, he's got his wheelhouse. He's got his wheelhouse and some stuff that just ain't it.
But his Jessica Jones is fucking top notch. His
Ultimate
I
Spider-Man.
really enjoyed Jessica Jones. Oh wait, you're talking about the comic. Wait, never mind.
Yeah, but it's based on kind of loosely the comic the show is. So.
Okay, I signed up. I'm gonna start Severance probably today or tomorrow.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
If you need a break for lighter stuff, honestly, Ted Lasso is fun as hell, and there's
Ted
so many
Lasso is beyond fun. That is so good.
I saw the first 3 or 4 episodes, and it was good, but at the time, Mimi and I didn't feel like Apple TV was worth it yet.
Yeah.
I would argue that it's not compared to other stuff, but it's one of those things. There's not a lot of content on there, but all of the content is good.
Quality, yeah.
All of it. And they're getting more and more. Did you watch the Monarch show, the Monsterverse show?
Mm-mm.
Well, you can binge those 6 episodes
Oh, it's only 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And-
short.
And it's
I only wanna
it
see,
happens
like-
in between the first and second Godzilla.
Yeah,
Gary
Apple
Oldman is a
Store
fat
kids.
drunk in charge of a bunch of misfits in MI6. Like Slow Horses is a quality show worth watching.
Oh
They
man,
got a lot of stuff on there.
That original film called The Gorge with Miles Teller and God, what's that girl?
Anya
Looks
Taylor.
like yeah,
I just saw her. Yeah.
man. That was a fun movie.
And
So then
Old
Apple-
Wolves
it's-
with Kilmer and or no, Brad Pitt and Clooney is another
Clooney.
decent movie worth watching.
What's that one with Harrison Ford that everyone loves?
Shrinking. Oh, Shrinking is great.
Shrinking.
So
There's
it
a
seems
lot-
like
at this
Apple.
point, there's so much on there. You could spend months watching just the ones
Yeah.
we named.
So Apple TV is really that quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Oh,
service,
absolutely.
right?
Silo is, oh my God. Silo is so good. Rebecca Ferguson, she's amazing. Tim Robbins is in it.
Yeah, he's great.
Okay, then I'll.
And even some of their earlier
I'll-
shows that I didn't care for, like the one with Jason Momoa, where he's a blind dude, C or whatever.
Yeah.
For All
That
Mankind, a lot of
stars
people really
you.
like.
May 3rd is my parents' anniversary. Anyone celebrate them? Hopefully they do. Hopefully they celebrate each other. And you get to sit back at home and just imagine your parents celebrating each other.
Well, I
God
guess,
damn it.
You know, my kids are celebrating it by doing their Mexican folk dancing on that day. So
there you go.
All right, I got a meeting to get to. You guys have a fantastic weekend, and Mark, expect a bunch of texts about the show. I'm sorry, I'm going to be doing the same thing to you.
That's fine. I know how to ignore people.
All right, guys, take it easy. Have a good weekend. Peace.
I got to bounce too and get ready for this.
I'm about to make like a baby and head out too. It's already 11:20. I got to get dressed for the day and figure out what's going on with picking up these kids. They don't know it, but we're taking them to the fair like right after school. We're gonna do that early bird thing. with
Show's
the fair.
ending? Dang, I was only here for like 5 minutes.
Start waking up earlier.
I need to.
Yeah, put some pants on, Box.
Well, I appreciate you hopping in all the same. What's up, Promiscuous Time Traveler? Hope everyone has a fantastic day. And enjoy your weekend. Oh, hold on. I want to end the show. You're late, DJ. You're late.
Jesus.
You was about to end?
You late,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, I've had the feeling someone was going to be wearing sunglasses in their house. So I'm like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, that's me. I wear my sunglasses inside the house during the daytime. So
You got anything you want to say